Gayak. Hey guys, what's up? So we're live again. This time it's gonna be for the Blacklist and RRQ Indonesia. The big... What? Did we lag? Ayun, nag-lag nung nag-live ako. RRQ Indonesia versus the Blacklist. The big boys are playing. So what's up, guys? Oh snap! It's still 12 minutes left before the next fight. But I think there's enough hype that we can already start even before the match. 10 minutes before the match. So here we go, man. Pak Shilde, what's up? Shin Foster, Jinlo, Shin Foster, what's up, guys? Anja Sela, what's up? Whew. Big boys are playing. Blacklist versus RRQ Indonesia. How to donate, bro? I'm actually not sure. I've seen the other guys donating, but I'm not sure how. Yamete, here we go. Domodosta, Hian De Luna, what's up? Who are you? Ooh, there's so many audience in the stage right now as compared to the other matches. That just proves how big Blacklist and RRQ is. This is nerve-wracking. I know, right? Murciela Viol. Now, whoever loses on this fight is gonna be fighting Falcon. Falcon, who just had a match with the INC. INC almost had our hopes up when INC fought the Falcon. Stream current bitrate is lower than bitrate. Another win for the Blacklist. Well, hopefully Blacklist doesn't lose, but if they do lose, the Blacklist will have to face Falcon just in case Blacklist loses. And they will have a chance to get revenge on the Falcon. Because remember, if you guys remember, during the group stage, Falcon took out Blacklist twice. And Blacklist has not yet taken revenge on Falcon. So if ever, hopefully not though, if ever Blacklist loses this, they can have another match with Falcon. But if RRQ Akira wins, RRQ Hoshi loses this, they are the ones who's gonna be facing Falcon. Blacklist OP. Ooh, Blacklist will destroy RRQ Hoshi, said by Lordi Fronda. Let's check the polls. Oh snap. 71% on Blacklist. Only 70% on Blacklist and 30% on RRQ based on our poll. RRQ wins, said by Shin Foster. Who are you supporting? Well, on this match, I'd have to say PH. I'm from PH, man. But anything goes, man. Anything goes. I actually want to see an underdog team winning the finals. But with RRQ and Hoshi, RRQ and Blacklist, there's really no underdog on this match. I mean, both these teams have proven themselves again and again in M4 tournaments. Ooh, R7 is not on top form right now. That's too bad. RRQ. You're looking younger and good in time. Boba Meow ML. What's up, Boba Meow ML? How many viewers do we have? Oh, 96,000. Nah. Does RRQ, all of the top teams has a Filipino coach, right? Echo, Blacklist, even the Indonesian team, even the Indonesian team, RRQ and Onyx has a Filipino coach, and Filipino players are being imported in other teams, so that says a lot. Is this the RRQ that have Albert? This is the RRQ Indonesia. RRQ Indonesia. Oheb, Wise, Oh My Venus, Head, Edward, Haji. Dad, you got an IG to follow. Yeah, we have Elgin Gaming, I think, is my Instagram. A lot of the guys are following me there as well. But I just post random short animations on my Instagram and rarely old selfie pictures. What course should they use? Your opinion? Ooh, I don't know, man. These guys are on a different level. These guys are... They have their own... I mean, Blacklist has their own style of gameplay, man. Like I said, INC is like the mini Blacklist. It's like this... It's like another version of Blacklist in terms of Ubestrat. On previous matches of the INC, you could see them also using the Ubestrat. That's usually the favorite of the Blacklist. Ooh, the confidence. Ha? INC na, that's a different INC Darem. Lots mo bang na ang most competitive? I think M4 is the most entertaining because there were a lot of upsets. A lot of people are already saying that M4 is more exciting as compared to the M3. I am not sure though, but definitely there has been a lot of upsets in the M4. The Malaysian team was taken down by the INC and the other team. Forgot which one. Joe Ba, what's up? M2 different vibe pa rin. Oh, M2. Do you think, Elgin, this is the intense matchup in the bracket? So far, the most intense match we've had was Echo versus Team Hack. It was an insane fight by Echo and Team Hack, a very close match. So we have yet to see a match that was better on as compared to Team Hack and Echo. Team Hack got eliminated though. Do you think the Valley will come back out on top, coming from the lower brackets? The Valley will have a tough match though on their next match. It's gonna be RRQ Brazil, who was already doing good. Sino po sa palagay nyo ang mananalo? On this one, I'm gonna have to put my money on the Blacklist. Sorry to our Indonesian viewers. That's just my preference though. I do think both teams have the ability to become the champion on the finals. It's just my preference. The PH. Hello, Harry Villanueva. Basic needs to do more better carry. Oh, that's why TV won? Well, you can get out of the lower brackets if you if you get to the finals and beat the guy from the upper brackets. Like if you're the only champion left, that's basically out of the lower brackets. You're the freaking champion. Preview na ba ito ng M4 Championship? Bakit hindi ka mismo manood ng live sa Indonesia, Elgin? Wait. Covey Brian Aguirre, what's up? Is this the last game? Nah, this is the first game, but last match for today. This is gonna be the last match. Best of 5. Black is better in objectives. Elgin, walang link yung post mo sa FB? Ha? Oh, it's in the comment section, Boy Boy Bulaga. It's in the comment section. Shout out to Aryan the Nerd Valenzuela. Aryan the Nerd Valenzuela. Shout out. Hi, random guy. What's up? In both teams, who do you think have a better lineup of heroes? There's still no draft pick though. You mean their usual draft pick? Jake Moldon? Thoughts on the LGBT community? Well, everything goes. We love everyone. We don't discriminate. Hi, Jean-Bert Florentino. What's up? Is it starting? Almost. By the way, guys, for those of you guys who are new to this live stream, we usually shut up once I usually shut up once the draft pick starts so that we can focus on the intense match, especially on this one. We're gonna keep our mouth shut all throughout the draft pick and the game so that we can analyze the minds behind this pro teams. Easy win for Blacklist, said by Sia Jan Y. Ooh, a lot of Blacklist. We have the majority of Blacklist fans here. Yeah, hi Elgin. Good luck to RRQ. Hamdam Rama. Yeah. Hopefully they give us a good fight. Both teams. Elgin, shave your beard if RRQ loses. Do I have a beard? Elgin, why are Pinoy girls so pretty? I don't know. Ma-eliminate na ba na if you lose on if they lose on this match, whoever loses on this match is gonna move to the lower brackets, and then they will fight Falcon, who just won against INC. Sweetheart, what's up? Blacklist is the strongest, right, Elgin? Ooh, that's... I don't know, man. There are a lot of good teams. Like I said, RRQ, Onyx, Echo, Blacklist, they're all good teams. But we have to remember that Blacklist was the defending champion. They were the champion of the M3, and they were the champion for a reason, man. Buts. Is you undergraduate or graduated? We're undergrad, actually. Undergrad of nursing. Mara Aquino, what's up? Echo versus Onyx, yeah. Again, guys, once the draft pick starts, we're gonna close our mouth and focus on the game. Yes, are you guys excited? Tell me once the draft pick ends, tell me who do you think, which team had the better draft pick? Is Blacklist gonna employ another Ube strat on this one? Yo, Pokemon, I'm sorry, man. Yesterday we got disconnected. You're not muted, John Cena. Tam Joshua, what's up? M4 is Echo's time to shine. Ooh, Zach Payne. M4 is Echo's time to shine. Rooting for Echo versus Blacklist. Ooh, a lot of the guys wants that to happen. Echo versus Blacklist. Hi, Alujut. Who's winning? Oh, here we go. Draft pick starts. Elgin, can you say Kontol? Here we go, guys.
A bit of a questionable result, but of course, when the whole team is united, when the coach understands that his players has his back, that is where the team can shine the most. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we're back to the drafting phase, the banning phase for game number 1.
It's RRQ Hoshi. They're the home team on the blue side, on the play. They get the pick. First up, banning out the Kaja, the Benedetta, and the Eve, while Blacks International answers back. They got the 2 picks on the red side, banning out the 1-1 and the Franco.
I think wide open right here. Carry's wide open. There's also that blue potential pick. I feel like some of the teams have already started to realize that, yes, Carry is a must pick, a must ban, but there are counters. Like, for example, the Harry, for example, the Lunox. Right now, Blacklist International, there's some MCQ that they need to solve.
Ooh, I mean, I'm wondering if we're going to see something crazy. We already mentioned earlier, both these teams have signature heroes, signature playstyles, but as Jace was mentioning, the longer this tournament is going on, the more it seems like flexibility becomes key. And now with all these strong quote-unquote heroes banned away, are we going to see something unusual, or are we going to see the classic power picks, considering that this is only game number 1, and as the first pick is going to be that Joy?
That's a hero that rarely comes through, right? Usually you see it banned, and just in the recent days of the knockout stage is when Joy started to run rampant. Literally, when you watch the hero, right? Mostly in the XP lane, but the answer by Blacklist International, they put Haji, the KDA machine, on the Farsa, again, setting up that box in the absence of the Eve, and then they pick up the blue. So there's a good amount of dive and just blocking potential for that box that they want in the team fights.
I think it's instead of the box, it's like a circle, Leo, right? But apart from that, I am actually very surprised that RRQ did not prioritize the glue. It's mostly going in for the Joy. Now, I think we're starting to see some of the pro players starting to realize that, hey, the Joy is kind of nothing on the XP lane. But of course, I think currently we're not too sure whether this Joy will be going into the jungle or Joy going into the EXP lane. Hopefully it's R7 that will be playing it. Now as the pick phase counts down, we need to see which is the best in slot for them. So it is an Albert on the Fanny and the Hilda.
It's a Fanny and a Hilda and a Joy. That is a lot of early game pressure. Considering RRQ, they want to go and start snowballing. This is a composition that can work. We talked a bit about that glue, as well as the Joy and the possibility of flexing it around, and there's still chances available here, but for Blacklist, that is that signature Estes showing up in the first game of the match.
Usually, for Blacklist International, this is where you start seeing the Estes, at least in their previous performances here at M4. They're so gung-ho and ready to just pick the Estes right when they're ready, and they're so decisive about it this time around. And I like it. This is a growth for the world champions because, again, they needed to grow in the past 3 months given how much of a struggle they had in recent international championships. I'm talking about IESF Bali. I'm talking about MPLI. So now they're trying to redeem themselves.
Definitely redemption is the king here. Well, queen here, mind you. But from the other side, oh my goodness, you know, going into Estes, you're expecting Y to go for this very tanky front line. It's up to RRQ to realize it. Banning away the Barats, banning away the Fredrin. I think these are the top bans from the side of RRQ. But Blacklist bans away the Kadita.
They ban away the Kadita, understanding that they are susceptible to just getting combo, getting dove in the back line. And honestly, it does seem like RRQ has so much aggression already available. The last thing the Blacklist wants is to deal with a very elusive roamer or mid lane like that Kadita. So right now, Barats has been banned away as well. For RRQ, with so much mobility, with so much burst potential, if they can deny the tankier members, the beefier heroes from the side of Blacklist, they can get success in that early game.
Yeah, and again, on screen, it's the Filipino sniper himself, the M3 Grand Finals MVP, Oheb, with a very powerful quote. Words of, I'd say, competition for the King of Kings. Good luck. We will destroy you. Well, it's going to be tough because, again, the first 3 picks from RQ already very strong. Very rarely do we see a lineup that has the Joy and the Fanny in the first phase. Now, wrapping up their draft. What's Skylar to pick? There goes the Harith. What's left?
Ooh, with the Harith banned down, I mean, there's still potential. Depending, it's so difficult right now because it really depends on what you want to go for. We've seen that, for example, the Lunox can come into the gold lane, but that depends, right? Are they going to try and go for early game burst damage? Because then it makes a bit of sense if they need a bit more magic damage as well. But otherwise, they might just go with something a bit more safe, something with some range, something with a bit more kite potential.
Jace, are you thinking this should be the Fredrin? Because if not, I can expect Blacklist to just snap pick it as soon as we come back.
Yeah, definitely. If this ban is not a Fredrin, it will be snap picked by the side of Blacklist. But that's also another thing that RRQ has also considered the fact that the Beatrix might know it's going to be the box that gets taken away instead. I like what RRQ is thinking as well. Yes, there could be a Fredrin pick going in, but I think a Beatrix will be better, in my opinion, for the side of Blacklist. But it's gonna be the Brody instead. This is unusual coming off of Blacklist.
They're keeping him thinking. And again, the Brody is pretty solid when you have Joy in your face, when you have a 1-1 in your face.
Yep,
Joy in your face.
You can expect that the baby alien, Fanny, Albert will be going wherever he can find Oheb or Haji. I mean, even Oh My Venus.
I mean, it's a good pick if you want to try and kite back, have a bit more self-protection, right, on that marksman role that's usually very vulnerable. But now that means that for RRQ, they can count on the fact that there's very limited amount of DPS coming in from the side of Blacklist. They have burst damage, so pick-up potential, but in the longer drawn-out fights, this Hilda might just be too beefy to whittle down, to melt down by Blacklist.
I think another thing that we also have to talk about is Wise's jungler. It is going to be RRQ that locks in the final drop, a Faramis and a Claude. Something that could counteract against the heal of Estes, but there you go, a Fredrin finalizing the drop of Blacklist.
They didn't need to rush the Fredrin. I mean, if the writing is on the wall, you know what's up. This is the right timing for it. Now that we've seen both lineups, I have to say, the Faramis in mid for RRQ Hoshi, it's going to be very 50-50. Like, if it works amazing. It makes sure that they undo the damage that possibly the sustain Estes brings to the table. But if not, it's just going to act as another possible re-engage.
I think another thing that RRQ could play this is that Faramis is not meant to basically win the lane. It is usually the Fanny that, you know, wins the mid lane by playing aggressive in the mid lane very early on.
So a lot on the shoulders of the baby alien.
Yeah, man.
Arashi, what do you think?
Ooh, I think in the early game there's so much potential. It's such an oppressive composition. They're tanky, they have decent amounts of base damage, and they have a cult altar to facilitate crazier plays. If Blacklist does not curb that aggression, they might be looking at disaster.
Let's go into the Land of Dawn for game one in this best of 5. Let me hear a big Viva RRQ and break the code. Let's make sure that our athletes get the best experience first. We'll need to iron out some kinks in.
Oh snap, it's paused. It got paused. So looks like we're gonna have to wait for a few minutes before the game starts. Yo, happy birthday to Mariel Fagtanan from Aryan the Nerd Valenzuela. Yeah, the crowd, man. They are hyping this up. Boss wins. Come on, we want to see the game. Blacklist for the win from Jade. I must break the code, Estes. Oh snap, hot babes. Come on, man. The crowd is going wild. I know, right? The crowd is going wild. Ooh. Let's listen to the crowd noise.
Has to answer this question, right? Where is this Estes going to go? Are you going to protect the Brody or are you going to protect that Farsa? Personally, I feel like Blacklist should prioritize protecting the Farsa because I think the Feather Airstrike is a very big utility towards your early games. Whereas Brody, no offense to Oheb, right? His role is just to push down turrets, and Claude, on the other hand, doesn't have a lot of kill pressure. So maybe that's what Blacklist needs to go. However, from the side of RRQ, Fanny should attack that Farsa.
And to make matters worse for Blacklist, they usually like to...
Man, the pause is taking forever. Again, happy birthday to Mariel Fagtanan from Aryan the Nerd. Oh, snap. There's... Ooh. Crowd has a lot of talents. Oh, snap. Oh, man, I'm muted. The crowd, there's lots of... talents in the crowd, man. Again, happy birthday to Mariel Fagtanan from Aryan the Nerd. Our mic was a bit low on that last one. Yeah, lots of talented oh snap, Dexy, Alodia. Who's that other girl? Crazy talents. Elgin with M5 beheld. Nope. I mean, there's still no info on who will host the M5. Which country do you want to host the M5? Dexy. Team Valley already played Elgin. Yeah. Team Valley played yesterday? Was it yesterday? Come on, man. Let's go. Who won that draft? It's hard to say, man, on who won that draft because these guys has their own strategy. I mean, they have their own thoughts on why they picked which. They have their own strat. Sino sa tingin mo manalo, Blacklist or Echo? Hard to say, man. To be honest. Are you Filipino? Yeah, Lou. We're from PH. Come on, man. It's taking forever. Is this intentional? This pause? Pause meta. I love Jella from High. Blacklist easy win. Elgin is Evos not in the F4 na. The only Evos is not in the M4 right now. Had you had probably technical difficulties for the pause? Most likely it's just technical difficulties. Pinapasarap ang laban. They paused intentionally so the casters can speak longer. Basque Lee, what's up? Hera, welcome to the jungle. Almost there, man. Ooh, it's crowded. Dang. So many fans in Jakarta, Indonesia. Because definitely the majority of the people there are Indonesians, since this is on Jakarta, Indonesia. Some of the PH fans definitely couldn't make it. God dang it, pause is taking forever. Shout out to Cedric Roque. Cedric Roque, shout out. Lots of popes. Oh snap. Blacklist fans. Ooh, girls. Swag Games PH, what's up? Shout out to Renato Fernandez from Jade Ocampo. What's up, Jade Ocampo and Renato Fernandez? Who do you think will win, Elgin? I don't know. Both of these teams are on the top tiers. But I am hoping for Blacklist since, PH. Please say what? That sounds sus, Aryan. Sweetheart, what's up? Elgin simping again. Bro, this is so long, said by Devil. You're right though, so long. Shout out to Kikil Michael. So tell me if you want to hear the crowds more, their horns and drums. God dang it, I think they are intentionally doing this to build up the hype on the crowd. Did WPM. What's the January 16? KDA. Focus sa goal from Studio Gemli. Shout out Christopher Erpalo. What's up? You're short OP. Martin Morales, may asawa ka na. I have 4 kids. Come on, man. Pause is taking forever. Shout out po. So Princess Grace, what's up? Shout out, Lods. Anthony Gumbok, what's up? Shout out din po kay Mariel Fagtanan. So since a lot of you guys are here, let's Tagal, oo nga eh. It's taking forever. Is your wife from Elgin Studios though? Not really, bro. John Samuel Perlas, what's up? What can you say with the ambience of the arena? Shout out to Carl Levin Imperial. Definitely the most. This is the most hype this arena had been ever since M4 started. God dang it. How about we just make a video first? Shout out Gongli Ashi. What can you say about basic issue? Yawi basic issue? I don't know, man. I don't know about the issues of those players. Oh, snap. Alodia. Again, man, they're showing them a lot. They know what people want. Antagal. Come on, man. How about let's check out the update first while we're waiting. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Blacklist International. Eyes on the early rotations. Where are junglers starting?
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Just seem like both teams are trying to like make sure that their jungle is safe. Vin, of course, on that Hilda will be attempting to try and get a bit more value, abusing that passive coming in from the Hilda.
Yeah, so it feels like it is going to be a mirror matchup. Of course, the Fanny will prioritize the purple buff first, but instead of seeing Vin, hard invading on the enemy side, it is Vin on the protective side. It's something, as I mentioned as well, All My Venus will need to stay around the mid lane, need to make sure that Haji gets to level 4 as quickly as possible.
Yep, and for the first minute, 45 seconds, I'd say Vin could be a little more aggressive, and I guess that's why Haji and Oh My Venus are staying here. That's the reason why they're trying to protect Wise and get him his buffs before, again, the much faster Albert can come in and try to contest.
Situation right here, but Vin actually gets jumped on, he gets stunned, won't be enough in this early game, and this is the problem, right? They don't really have any pressure in the side lanes to try and facilitate Vin, trying to just disrupt Wise's farming pattern, and being on a Fredrin, he can hold his own 1v1.
Yep, I mean the best part about Wise going for the Fredrin jungler is that he's unfazed about the damage coming up from Vin. And not only just that, because All My Venus is sticking around the mid lane, there's a lot of heal, but hold on a second, Albert's already spinning All My Venus! First blood! Going over to the RRQ Nexus!
Hate it when we're right, but this is what RRQ exactly needs to do. Small lead in a minute and a half, about 500 gold, but that's what you do with a lineup like this.
We thought that the target was going to be Haji. It is Oh My Venus. Bursted even through the ages. That is unreal. Early game damage coming in from RRQ. It's not even level 4.
Yep, something to note, we didn't see this in the prep or the draft going into this. A battle spell we rarely see in game, at least in the professional scene. Yes, indeed, folks, that is Oh My Venus on the Aegis. Oh, something down bottom here.
I feel like it's just about Aegis, making sure that if Oh My Venus is able to survive even longer to sustain against the burst damage coming up from Albert, so that he could just spread out the heals. But something very interesting is Oh My Venus is one that lost his life first. Haji only just hit level 4 at the same time. A lot of pressure coming in, Albert coming to the spin, but he will not be able to find anything as well. And we're pause the split for now, it's coming in, possessing spin for now, on the middle, but here comes the call on at the same time. Haji in the back line, running down the middle air strike, but will be able to push Spin out of the jungle.
Oh, that's a 1 for none, and that's RRQ with a man down. They're pushing Clay away as they start this first turtle.
Yes, Edward, oh no, he's actually putting a lot of pressure against Albert, but Albert's actually spinning around. Look at the, oh no, Edward just managed to push Albert away, giving Wise that turtle. That is absolutely fantastic.
RRQ still trying to get something back. Edward is the main target here.
Edward!
Going for the kill, able to secure it. And it's still over. Both teams duking it out.
And they're duking it out. It is all going. Oh no, Albert, he got caught right inside the turret, inside the brush as well, but he's able to cable away. Blacklist International destabilized, but RRQ on the other hand, they're not taking prisoners.
Ooh, it's just a tough situation right here, and Albert is the one that needs to back off.
Feather
Both
airstrike.
trading, but Feather airstrike will not be able to make a big difference. And I think Wise actually stole the orange.
Yes, he did. Looking at the board here, Blacklist have gotten a small lead. Again, 3 minutes and a half. We're about a minute and 15 from that next turtle. Again, let's talk about the emblems here, because again, even the battle spells have gotten already pretty tricky. Rashi, talk us through.
I mean, look at all that movement speed being prioritized. Rotations, rotations, rotations. That is what both these teams like to use to get an advantage. And unfortunately for RRQ, early on in this game, I don't think the Faramis Cult Altar can give you that much value because you don't have the same amount of damage that you can dish back out. Whereas for Blacklist, having Haji on that Farsa just allows them to just destroy RRQ when they're clumping up in the jungle earlier. So they need to wait for a bit more power spikes to ensure that aside from having a second life, they have the damage to back it up as well.
Yeah, and already, it looks like RRQ are off tempo. It seems like Blacklist's response to this hyper-aggression in mid has found its match. Wise gets pulled very precariously because, again, bigger presence from RRQ here in the mid. But Turtle is spawning in the top side. Oheb pops a torn apart memory. Oh, I'm loving Blacklist positioning right now.
I love Oh My Venus positioning. In fact, being in the mid lane means that you could actually rotate all the way up top, all the way up mid, all the way bottom. In fact, even the jungle, this global map presence of Oh My Venus is there. Even with Albert's Fanny, wasn't able to match.
This is why it's just so difficult. RRQ, they want to go for pickoffs, they want to abuse Albert on that Fanny with that early game damage, but when Blacklist clump together, fight together as a team, they have the Fire Mist as a quote-unquote counter, but it's not working right now.
Defender airstrike will be able to land on Albert as well. Albert will be able to cable all the way out back to safety, but that is a very low jungler. Albert needs to go back and reset. Blacklist, they have total control for now.
Oh, they go ahead and start it.
R7.
It's only R7 first to the scene.
R7, zipping around, Skylar coming in, but it's going to be R7 and takes down Zane on the sniper, and not only just that, Wise will be there to pull down the damage to go over the turtle. Wise going there, still will be able to calm Finn. Finn will also fall in the hands of Wise for now, but R7, look at this joy, super annoying, and Hoshi, K-Mail machine, will also fall. Edwards right now trying to delay, trying to actually put down some damage, but look at Skylar, he's actually pushing down the turret at the same time. Kane already here, but Edward possesses R7 right there. But what are you going to do? There's a Skylar right there, right ready for you to pop. Edward, I'm a little bit afraid of you. You have to run away, my boy. But Edward, turn it around. R7, oh my God, so much time bought by Edward.
A long-form trade there by Agent Zero, buying time, buying map space for Blacklist International, keeping that fumble in, I guess, recoverable space, and they push down bottom. Arashi, how did Blacklist recover?
They were just able to actually buy so much time in that fight, and their members were able to come back from the fight despite being taken out earlier on due to the big combo from RRQ. This is what RRQ needs to be very careful about. They have a lot of damage, but they need to make sure that they do not allow Blacklist to have multiple rotations of their ultimates.
Finn manages to catch might be the sense of the ultimate for now. It's going to be might be the attention on Nola, but here comes out with the assassination. He finds the Queen, and will be able to zip his set out of the way. RRQ on the roll right here in the KDA.
Arashi, that's Oh My Venus' third death. Oh wait, V-Wise, of course. If you take down V-Wise, is gonna respond. Oh, they're looking for something.
He's trying to look for something. Skylar will be able to beat MI all the way out. Edward, I don't think there's any kills for now they can do. Blacklist, they managed to stabilize for now.
Arashi, talk to me.
It's so dangerous right now, man. RRQ, I think once they have a bit more items, they can start being a lot more menacing to Edward, to Oh My Venus, and Wise. This is what we've seen again and again. Very solid damage dealers from back far away, and 3 very solid tanky members in the front. This is what Blacklist is working with right now, and unless RRQ has the right items, for now, Blacklist still has the advantage. They can still bully RRQ away from the objectives.
Yep, but it's going to be Bin that engages all the way. First Tay coming in, but it's going to be Edward. Oh no, he stops Albert right now. It's going to be Retrovato, but it is won by Wise. And now, then there's going to be Blacklist going to try to do something. R7 all the way in the backline, looking at Edward. He's actually super tanky right now. Defense is pop. Wise going in, defender extra going in. R7 needs to run away, and he manages to run away from the artillery strikes.
Something tells me this is the ideal engage that Blacklist was looking for maybe 2 or 3 minutes ago.
Yes.
That's what they wanted to do in that other turtle up top, and now they're able to finally execute.
They're able to pick off a win in that jungle fight, and afterwards, you can see that everyone just jumps on the opportunity. RRQ, they are forced again and again to back away, but now that Skylar has the golden staff, it's gonna be something that Blacklist needs to keep in mind, right? They are working against the clock right now.
And with this 1,000 gold lead, their stats against Indonesian teams in M4 are looking a little better, right? The small lead in the mid game, 8 minutes in, 1,000 gold ahead. They're currently sitting at 0-6 against Indonesian teams. Their fate may change right here.
They have a chance to just turn it around, but look at this EXP lane. It's just constant battling, and keep in mind, R7 was able to be so tanky there due to that vengeance. This will be a lot more annoying the longer the game goes. Once he has the concentrated energy, the other sustain items, it's going to be near impossible for Blacklist to try and kill him without locking him down.
Yeah, blocking down, I think from the side of Blacklist right now, they're able to stabilize one. Oh, man, he gets caught out. It's a whole gang, but Connors are coming in just in time at the same time. Gonna jump all the way in. Go over Warlord. Be able to do more than enough for RRQ to slowly take down Blacklist. It's gonna be just Wise. It's gonna be just Edward. And now Skylar, he gets caught by EBMI out. R7 on the change right here. Wise looking in the middle. Edward just trying to kill. And then he will try to possess. Going in his basement. He got on top of R7. It's just a slow death for the joy.
Agent Zero gets his man. Down goes R7. Something tells me, as we get more into the late game, there will be a cap. There will be a limit for RRQ's aggression, and then more and more Blacklist can find their way into this game. 10 minutes in.
The longer the game goes, the more healing Oh My Venus will have, but also the more damage RRQ will have So it's going to be a bit of a balance. It all comes down to execution. That blazing duet was just so devastating, and if Blacklist keep coming together, that's dangerous.
Albert coming in, would not be able to do the rest of battle. Albert needs to tap out for now. It's going to be Blacklist going to be engaging on top of RRQ for now. It's going to be Vin, and first of all, the Haji, the heel coming in, managed to sustain for Blacklist to fight.
Down goes the M-Series all-timer who hit his 500th assist in the M-Series overall win, sitting at 0, 5, and 5. The Hilda's doing its work, right? Looking at its items, he has physical defense in the Antiquitas. He's building up towards magic defense. But I gotta say, against Blacks International, you're really only building against OHEB for physical. What's going on here?
Well, they want to make sure that their main pickoff tool, right? The tournament memory cannot be used.
Strike! Albert gets deleted right off the map as he tries to get his purple buff, and that's not a good timing for RRQ.
Arashi, back to the point.
Back to the point, man. The tournament memory is the main tool they're using right now. Yes, the better airstrike is going to be difficult to deal with, but R7 now trying to deal with the whole team of Blacklist alone.
Yeah, but not just that, it's going to get denied by the this actually here, but the early bench is actually trying to next to shot. Hey, coming in with the car, making sure that the Joy stays alive just a little bit. Vin, he finds the bad line, and he wipes out Haji at the same time. There'll be the trade for R7, but the damage starting to come for RRQ. Blacklist is trying to crack the bottom lane open.
Oh, they pull Edward! No. And the split comes in right on time. The baby alien has to respond to the lane up top, and just like that, 11.5 minutes in, 5K gold lead, Blacks International turning the map red.
It's such a chaotic game, but at the end of the day, Blacklist are the ones with the map pressure advantage. Now, once the Lords become even more important, they can use this to set up traps for RRQ, even though, in the way, right, RRQ has a better vision game, considering that they have a very strong front line. Let's take a look by the instant, at the instant replay by TikTok of that fight. Begun with R7 just going in alone, but afterwards, Vin was able to locate Haji in the midst of all the chaos. Unfortunately though, it's all traded in for several turrets in the process.
Every single time, if it's Vin for Haji, that's worth it for RRQ Hoshi. But if R7 has to come along, that bundle package is way too much.
Yeah, the burst damage is something that Vin has to be careful about. Not a real one manipulation, mind you. The fair the airstrike, you can see Vin has to tap out.
Yeah, and just looking at the items, Arashi, I just noticed, man, the 4K gold lead, you can see a lot of it on the junglers. You can see it on Albert, you can see it on Wise. There's almost, what, 1,500, 2,000 in between them.
Oh, here we go. Joy Vengeance instantly deleted. That is a very scary jungle for RRQ to be in.
This is the traps we were talking about with that vision game. But look at the split push coming in from RRQ. They're trying to find value despite being on the back foot. And keep in mind, on the point of items, there is a Necklace of Durance already rushed to be built by Clay, but Blacklist, they seem to be just going for the base.
Better airstrike will be used to zone on RRQ right now. Albert's trying to make a play. He has to recall back the base for now. It's going to be Skylar. Oh no, he gets taunted by Wise, and that would be a monster kill. Give it over to the Blacklist jungler. And Blacklist right now, they're in the fight. What can you do when you don't have a damage killer? Wise will say, no more Clay.
1-for-1, Skylar for Haji, and just like that, Blacklist makes a beeline for the Lord. Arashi, can RRQ contest?
Without Skylar, it's going to be a very tough process. He is the main damage dealer for the BPM members. Unless they can pick off OHEB or Haji, it's going to be very, very difficult, but Albert seems to be trying to make an attempt.
Vin, just check in, and just like that, Blacklist, let's go. It looks like they want to make sure that it's a clean go. They want a full maybe 3v5, 2v5 if they can, but with the way RRQ Hoshi are finding Haji and threatening the kill on Oh My Venus, it's not so easy.
It's not really easy at all. Skylar could just BMI right in and all try the Blazing Duet, but then there's the Menace, right? Oh My Venus, the thorn against RRQ side.
This is the difficult part as well. Blacklist, they are content just trading out damage because they have Oh My Venus on the Estes that can allow them to sustain through most of the damage. The same thing cannot be said for RRQ. We have to rely on a Cult Altar, right? A more decisive use of an ultimate to try and gain advantage. Vin can sustain with the shield and the healing coming in from the passive, but it's 1 compared to 5. And for Blacklist right now, they have all the map pressure in the world to work with as well, but right now, Albert is the one that's far away from this Lord. They might just rush it.
Different Astra going in at the same time. It's going to be the Lord that will be forgotten about the both of these two teams. The call already committed, but then the damage coming off from Clay. And R7 will be able to find the back line when he's only answering it away. Wise will be down, trying to actually do something, but he won't be able to do anything for now. R7 trying to zip his ass. The ultimate was already activated for now. And Elgin, he coming for the assassination. Blacklist going to RRQ.
Oheb for Vin was a good trade, but
Oh,
now
Skylar.
it's all going down.
No, that's not a very good sign. RRQ does have the retribution battle right now. Stop the Blacklist trying to make something happen. They need to try to land the retribution at the very, very right time. He has the retribution and he gets the Lord.
The baby alien scores it, and you hear the kingdom roar. RRQ running away. Edward and Oh My Venus trying to look at least for a trade on the map. Blacklist still with a small lead, but RRQ Hoshi scores a Luminous Lord.
They have caught up, and man, the building literally was shaking at that Lord take. That was way too close for comfort, and now Blacklist make a play for the purple. It does seem like Clay will be able to secure that buff, but now we have a bit of downtime, and let's talk a bit of the items yet again. Glowing wands have been purchased by the side of RRQ, knowing that there's just way too many big dudes on the side of Blacklist International. But on the other hand, look at Haji. That's a lot of burst damage, Divine Glaive as well, and with the truncheon, there's a potential for an outplay to happen here. RRQ need to be very careful in calculating how long the cooldown is on that item.
Oh, I think they have eyes on where Edward is. Haji pops a Feathered Air Strike, pushing away Vin. And this is what's so hard when you're Blacks International, right? You have to manage the waves because Albert's much, much faster than a majority of you. And then now you have to play honest. So far, Blacklist International have kept a small lead, but now RRQ Hoshi, they've done so well to recover. The map is blue.
I think it's the other way around. It's RRQ that's a little bit behind with the goalie. They actually slowly claw all the way back, but it's going to be R7 getting a bit of damage for here. Wise in the thick of things. It's going to be Oh My Venus slowly healing up Wise. Blacklist International, they defended their throne for now.
This is the limitation of this team composition. Sure, it's a lot of damage. Sure, in a big fight, it has so much combo potential. But when you're up against a Barca, there is no high ground and there is no marksman to try and whittle down these turrets. So RRQ will be very, very reliant on winning fights with the Lord and then using the Lord to crack open the base of Blacklist. Now, knowing this, Blacklist can very easily adjust and look for traps, opportunities, and loopholes to try and punish RRQ.
Wise playing with fire. R7 comes in.
R7, Haji has to fly away, but it's going to be R7. Activating the off his way. He's all the way in the back line. He's launching alone. Clay manages to touch go out there just in time, but it's going to be Oh My Venus actually desperately healing. The fight is using the mid-lane. It's Element fighting. They get tossed up. Wise, unstoppable, unkillable. Scala and snap out. Haji manages to take down Element as well. Element is not going to allow her to run away. OM is there to slide down Clay.
The only problem is they left that wave up top. But again, a man down is a man down. Albert, 30 seconds away from spawning. Can he make it to this Lord fight? Are they going to start it immediately?
They can just go for it if they really want to try and deny Albert, but that's still a risky play against RRQ's composition right now. They seem to be going for that mid-base turret, but look at Clay is looking for an opportunity. This might be a disaster for them.
Oheb going in. Clay was actually going to activate the Shadow Stampede just a little bit, try to zone it away, but Blacklist just continues to love to have that mid lane, and now RRQ's base cracked open.
That's permanent damage in mid, something that RRQ constantly have to tend to, and that's what Blacklist is avoiding. That's why they sent Edward back home. That's why Haji's paying attention to top lane, and Lord is a clean 5v5.
I think RRQ just need to execute the fights cleaner here, because earlier there's a lot of burst damage, there's a lot of potential, but when you funnel in one by one like that, it allows Blacklist to deal with the threats individually. Whereas if you come at the same time, the Fanny, the Hilda, the Faramis, as well as the Claude, they have to actually ration out their crowd control, and maybe one of them will pull through and be the deciding factor for RRQ Hoshi.
Yeah,
so they have to be very careful.
Something tells me there has to be some specific way of cascading your skills for RRQ Hoshi to get it right. Now, Vin trying his luck. R7 coming in with an angle.
Vin eventually wants to fight as well. The call to activate at the same time. Haji's better air strike, trying to provide some high ground, some protection for Blacklist International. They shove RRQ out of the team fight.
Just didn't work out. Now Edward on R7. Let's see the relentless one, not letting go. Team captain, always pushing forward, leading with boots on the ground. This joy, 4-4 and 6. That is the KDA of a true warrior. R7 wants to force the issue. And look at that wave down bottom.
It's a huge wave, and R7 is pushing it out again, but Blacklist react almost instantly. R7 can flank right here. He does have a Divine Glaive. That's a lot of damage available.
Vin will be the one that falls. It is going to be the Giant going in the back line. Oh my Venus! He's actually trying to kill, but will not be able to do so. I think it's a lot more. There's no damage in on it's not Blacklist anymore. RRQ, they will try to force this fight. Oh my goodness! The Queen will fall, and control of the map.
That was the exact order that they were trying to pull through the past 5-6 minutes.
That's it.
And now, RRQ are threatening an inhibitor push.
It's going to be an inhibitor push right now. It's going to be Vindas absorbing all the time. It's going to be cracked open from the south side. But Edward, no! Just wait! RRQ Blacklist, they need more time. And RRQ, they're not going to give any more time. This is game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be wide. Definitely trying to hold, but there's so many people beside RRQ for now. Blacklist, they need to do something. What is it? Throwing Hoshi, not a good idea. It's RRQ. Takes game number 1.
Oh my God.
The King of Kings draw first blood here in Tennis Indoor Sinayan. 1-0 in a best of 5. That match did not disappoint, ladies and gentlemen. The Kingdom roaring. They asked for more, and just like that, we've reached an all-time high BCU for M4. That's 3 million, 3.1 viewers all around the world.
That is insane, man. You don't want to miss it. This is the match we've been talking about, and this is why. Action-packed gameplay throughout the whole game.
Man, and that's the difference between the fights between the top teams, man. That I think that was the most intense fight ever on the M4, even considering the Echo versus Team Hack. It was just on a totally different level, man. Both teams were aggressive even in the early game. Whew. Let's listen to the insane crowd.
That close to 20-minute match, right? They've been figuring out how to engage, what works, face checking again. R7 did so much for his squad, and eventually they found the formula. Blacks International crumbles in the pressure of R7 and Vin, pushing forward constantly. And yes, they found Skylar several times, but in the end, all it took was one wipeout. The 1v5 was almost gonna work, but that was what, 3 or 4 seconds short.
It's such a tough situation, man. And again, this shows again the power of being the aggressor, being the proactive one in an engagement. Because several times, even in the last team fight, Haji didn't even get to pop his winter truncheon. Everything happened so fast. And when you're the one initiating, you have a measure of control in your hands.
I hear you, Arashi, and the whole stadium hears ya, because they are thirsting for more. I'd wish we could just go ahead and start the game almost immediately, but our teams, Blacks International and
So, just a reminder, guys, this is best of 5. So, best of 5, whoever gets to 3 wins first is gonna be the winner. Now, oh, they're just selling skins. Whoever loses on this fight will fight Falcon, who just fought with INC on the last match. Again, whoever loses on this fight will be fighting Falcon in the lower brackets. They will have to move to the lower brackets and will fight Falcon. Joy Gap. Man, Joy did a lot of work on that game. Also, remember, the RRQ Indonesia has the home advantage. This M4 event is being held in Jakarta, Indonesia. So, they do have the home advantage. Oh, let's listen back to the caster's thoughts about that insane fight.
RRQ Hoshi drawing first blood against Blacklist International. Welcome to the analyst stand with me, Lapel, Naisu, Esrex, and gentlemen, let's start things off quick. Initial thoughts about the game.
I mean, RQ brought a very scrappy guerrilla warfare type of style to that game, and today they were able to break the defense of Blacklist.
I gotta say, man, that R7, amazing game. The Joy, side lane with the Vengeance, really hard to deal with, and that's kind of the trend we've been seeing here, that teams that decide to place Joy in that side XP lane, and that was a question a lot of us had, where does she work best? Well, I feel like now you could say the XP lane.
Yeah, talking about the Joy, let's look at atomization as well as the draft, because the draft is actually very interesting, where Blacklist International, the way that they drafted kind of counters what Albert wants to do. They're going to clump up, and oh my Venus, with the Aegis, is preventing the burst. But RQ still wants Rex.
I mean, something to really point out here, Clay with a full damage build here. Not only that, R7 as well, building a decent amount of damage, even some penetration there. And I mean, this is the thing. They were able to just shred through that typical Blacklist bulkiness, and they were able to build this.
Yeah, man, definitely. Albert was targeting Venus, Estes, even in the early stage. Remember though, this is best of 5, so there's still a chance. Can Blacklist answer back? And will we see another insane match? It will be nice if the next match is as intense as that one. Entertaining, that's for sure. Yeah, home court. That's Indonesian home court. Indian 2 cable fan. Reverse sweep, they said. Why do you mute yourself in the game? So that we can focus more on the fight and the casters' thoughts. I mean, the casters are doing a great job rapping the the events, the fights during the game. I can't rap that fast, man. Who won round 1? RRQ Indonesia won that round 1, especially against France. More Assassin Jungle, please. Shout out to Dwayne, Michael, Bersusa, Gay. What? Gotta ban Joy. But yeah, they do. Usually on M4, ever since M4 started, you will always see Joy as a priority ban. A lot. Almost all of the M4 games, it was a priority ban Joy. We actually rarely see Joy being used in the game because she's a priority ban. Well, shout out to Juan Marco. What's up? How many more minutes before the next game? So we can Joy OP from Chirag. Can you shout out me, sir? Carl TV, what's up? So the MVP is who's this guy? Huh? R7 MVP. He was the Joy. Rap in Tagalog. Well, the Joy was open, man. Joy is a priority pick for a reason, but they've probably thought of that already. Definitely, Blacklist had thought of Joy being picked, and they've most likely taken that. There we go. They've taken that. Shout out to Genesis Marhalino. What's up, Genesis? Sweek side. What's up? How many more minutes? Let's check. Best of 5, guys. Best of 5. Yeah, the Valley versus Akira tomorrow. RRQ Brazil. It's gonna be Brazil versus USA tomorrow.
I doubt RRQ Hoshi would have won that match.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every player just played it textbook, and from the beginning, this is about, 5 minutes in right here, we already see how R7 able to get into that back line, and if Albert can't finish it, R7 will, picking up that kill onto Oheb, another one goes on to Albert. I mean, all around able to spread that kill distribution and make sure everyone gets their items in.
I mean, that's the thing we're seeing, right? There was a
Shout out to Mark Alvin Payas. What's up? Counter for Joy. Well, that's why she's usually a priority pick, because it's kind of hard to effectively counter Joy. Earl Cows, what's up? Our member of the Peanut Butter Group. Love from Nagaland. What's up? Shout out to Culturization. What's your main hero, Chief? Our main hero is actually Kagura. She's not in the meta though, and Kagura has actually been picked 3 times on the M4, only 3 times. But she always did bad. On the last match with Falcon against INC, Kagura was once again picked by the INC, but again, she did poorly. So sad. Yeah, I love Kagura, but Kagura is definitely not in the meta right now. I mean, I love her, but she's not in the meta, man. Rome, what's up, Rome? Aki Rezo, I think when RRQ almost got wiped out, could have pushed the win. El Kagura, Joy so dangerous. We have seen yesterday. Yeah, Joy and Kerry. The only reason we're not seeing much Joy is because she usually gets banned. Unlike Kerry, who somehow is able to slip in on the picks. We've also seen Kerry melting down tanks. A lot of tanks on M4. Shout out kay Toby. Where's your beard? I don't have a goddamn beard. Tenru Ater, what's up? It's not the end yet though. Elgin, shout out. I love my subscribers. Sting, what's up, Sting? Yo, shout out to Nagaland from India. AG. From India. Indian Pride, AG. Did I say your name right? Thank you for the $40. Maynard Toledano. Maynard Toledano. What's up, Maynard? Shout out. Elol Marco. So you're gonna have to bear with my shout outs before the game starts. We still have 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Say my name. Say my name. So while we're waiting for the event, a sample for the guys who were asking before, why is our voice different as compared on our videos? Because we usually change our voice whenever we do our usual videos that you watch on YouTube. Go something like this. Hey guys, what's up? So we have a new update on Advanced Server, and it's patch 1.9.69. First on our list is the update on Suppress and Airborne CC effect. There. For the... Wait, there you go. That's why it's a bit... Our voice right now is a bit different from the usual voice that you hear on our videos. Because I kind of changed it a bit lower. Yo, Ethan, what's up? Blacklist? Yeah, is Blacklist gonna answer back? Again, guys, I'm gonna shut up once the game starts. Once the draft pick actually starts. Sir, is it possible the Philippines host next time? I am not sure. Because Philippines have already hosted once, right? Or how many times have Philippines hosted the M tournament? So we're not sure on where M5 is going to be hosted. It will be nice if it's on PH though, since we can visit. Come on, draft pick, let's go! The famous... I think too. Elgin Jr., can you be my fifth son? Man, you don't want me as your dad, man. Just imagine Bleepy having as your dad. That's my vibe with my kids. M5. M5 will be on Nagaland. Yo, thank you, Hera, for reminding them that. Kaboses mo po si Elgin. I have the same voice as Elgin. Yeah, I have the same voice as Elgin. A bit. Blip. Shout out, Kuya Elgin. Melson. Shout out to Melson from Zangetsu. It's about to start. Draft pick. Here we go. 10 more seconds. Thank you, Elo Marco. What's up? Which is the hero getting M5 skin? We are still not sure. There's still no news on the M5 skin hero. Go, Blacklist. Said by Kurt. Matagal na po kitang. Actually, Elgin the voice. I am the voice actor of Elgin. My name is Elgin. My real name is Elgin. For the ones asking. Wilfred Tubigan, thank you for the 125 pesos. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the support. But here we go though. Here we go. Draft pick. Who will win this one? Who will get joy?
Because, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go into the draft. Game number 2. Almost upon us. Let's start with RRQ on the play, banning out the Kaja, the Benedetta, and the Eve, with Blacklist International taking out the 1-1, the Franco, and of course, the Joy. First pick here, gonna be that carry. Arguably the best marksman currently at M4.
Yeah, the best marksman in the M4. 100% pick ban raid, but it is RRQ Hoshi stating the statement, I don't care about your glue. And in fact, Blacklist International, if the first thing doesn't work, I'm gonna try it again. That's insanity.
This is so Blacklist. We've seen it time and time again. It's worked for them. The results would speak for itself. They again pick up the glue and the Farsa, much like they did in game 1.
I mean, with this glue going up against a carry, it's going to be such a difficult time. Early on against a Claude, maybe it's easier, but carry is built, is designed to deal with big HP targets like this glue. And on that note, Justin has a quote here. Advice to RRQ Hoshi against Blacklist? Nothing. They already know. Ooh.
And they showed us, game 1.
Yep.
That's how you do it, but it looks like there's more in the bag. The answer from RRQ Hoshi, it's very different from their initial draft from game 1. They pick up the Lapu-Lapu and the Valentina, which was originally a Fanny and a Hilda, so it looks like they're flexing. They're showing how deep their pockets are. Coach Arcadia, Coach Action.
You know, Leo, it feels like we're watching a rematch from game 1, right? Like the fact that Blacklist has already drafted exactly the same thing. But I hope the last 2 picks will surprise us, right, Leo? But Arashi, looking at the draft coming out from RRQ, are you expecting something like a Fanny to come back up again? But I think it's up to Blacklist International to ban that Fanny away.
I feel like if Blacklist does not secure any particular counter to these mobility heroes, there's no reason why RRQ cannot pick up another assassin. It worked so well, especially because Blacklist is just so reliant on that backline, as we mentioned before. So they've banned away the Joy. If they don't ban out the other potential assassins from Albert, like the Fanny, for example, or maybe a Hayabusa, there's really no reason at all. So I assume that with what happened in game number 1, Blacklist will try and get some stunts, some locks to ensure that Albert gets under control.
At this point, it's not even up to RRQ anymore. This is Blacklist making the right calls to try and make up for what happened in game 1. This is what they do. They constantly try to push a strategy until it doesn't work, until it's over, and hoping that it doesn't come to match point, because again, it sucks when somebody tries the same thing over and over again, and now at least they're making these adjustments, right? They're banning out the Fanny, they banned out the Ling, which they previously did not do. It was previously a Kadita and a Harith, all the while RRQ Hoshi, they're doing the same thing here. They're taking out the Barats. Might this be the Baksha again?
I think it should be the Baxia. I mean, like, if Blacklist International is going into this game number 2 again with this exact same game 1 draft, if I were the coach, I'm gonna just go ahead and ban the Barats as well, because I don't want to really have. Oh, wow, okay, they're gonna leave it open. They're gonna ban Aldous instead.
Was that so clear from the get-go? Were they so sure that, all right, I'm not sure if it's Arcadia or Achel who goes, they're gonna go Aldous. This is a throwback to Season 8. Take it out.
Maybe they feel like when the chips are down, Blacklist will default to something that always works, right? And this Aldous pick is just really, really solid. But another pick that we've seen quite often right now is that Granger as well. I wonder if that will be put to use, because when you talk about kiting, there is a possibility that they will try and utilize that tool.
The Granger might not have to come up because Oheb is their marksman, right? And I think there was something to the whole Fredrin in the front, Estes and Farsa in the back. So I think that's where they'll adjust.
Yep, behind every strong jungler is a strong supporter. That's basically the statement coming out from Wise and All My Venus as well. Wise being the front line to tank all the hits, whereas All My Venus just heal him out of control. That's basically Blacklist International strategy. That is their brand, right?
Right, and now for RRQ, they require something playmaking heavy hero, because right now with the Lapu-Lapu and Valentina, they can try and make an engage, make a pickoff, but obviously if they have something more reliable in their arsenal, that'll be great. And the mobility for sure, it's going to be Hilda again, and that's that Lancelot, man. Talk about mobility, get ready for Albert's Lancelot, man. We're in for a treat.
That's a classic.
Yeah, man.
I mean, almost synonymous with his name. Baby Alien picks up the Lancelot, and Oheb picks up the same hero. So I'm guessing now they've learned a lot from game 1. Could this be the lineup? Again, it feels like it's deja vu, but could this be the lineup that breaks Blacklist's losing streak against Indonesian teams at M4?
It's crazy because it's the same exact lineup.
Literally
the same exact lineup. I guess they did find moments of success, and they probably feel like it's all down to execution, right? Both teams were flexing their quote-unquote mechanical skill. So I think Blacklist is thinking that, okay, this time we won't make that mistake. We'll be more prepared. We've seen it once, right? And they'll try and match it again. But of course, as Jace has been talking about, the drafting phase is so important right now. I don't think they can really afford to just go with the same draft again.
I feel like Blacklist International is just putting on a statement there. There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. It's about the bans, banning away the Fanny, banning away the Ling, banning away Joy. That's something that they did going into game number 2. There's a little bit of flexibility right there, but the Lancelot game though.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be throwing over to our Bahasa counterparts as we march into the land of dawn. But for you guys watching at home, welcome. This is game 2 of Blacklist International versus RRQ Hoshi. Look at this mirror start here. Baby Alien, Albert starting here as well. Why? So again, we can expect the early game to be very similar.
I think so. Both teams will just be trying to get their mid lane shoved in, get the jungle to start rolling, and now Lancelot against a Fredrin, right? Lancelot is very strong, a lot of output potential, but nowhere as oppressive as a Fanny in the early game, nowhere as much mobility. So maybe Blacklist can get a bit like a foot in the door right now to ensure that in the mid game they can actually get more success.
Well, my Venus already using the Aegis right off the bat, but I think it should be just in time for the turtle fight, right? But it's going to be a Blacklist International, right? Moving towards the gold side of the map. You want to make sure that Scarlet doesn't get the farm, make sure that Oheb gets enough pushing power.
Oh, the flicker from Haji there, so that's off timing,
Yep.
at least for this first turtle. But then again, if game 1 is any indication, they're gonna take their time with this turtle. I'm expecting at least maybe a purple delay play from Albert, and again, Wise is also taking his time, so we'll see if that timing falls into a place. 30 seconds until this first turtle spawns. That 1v1 between the Glue and the Lapu Lapu, we've seen it so much here at M4 so far. I'm thinking, what's Clay to steal? Oh, Albert coming in.
No, I don't think there's anything you can do. Haji just go into, pigeon form, just fly away. It doesn't really matter. He doesn't really care.
Doesn't really care, but right on the top side, you can see RRQ pressuring the other side of the lane to try and make sure during the turtle take they have a lead. But even R7 now already very dangerously low. But Clay gets smacked with the Appraisal's Wrath.
That damage though, I wasn't expecting that. I was like, okay, I think he should be okay.
Clay was playing with fire there. I mean, if you were standing in front of Wise to get enough stacks to trigger Appraiser's Wrath that quickly, oh, this Lord is just free for Blacklist.
There seems to be a free Lord.
Turtle.
Oh, turtle.
We're jumping the guns right here, ladies and gents. We're jumping
Exactly.
the guns
Deja
right
vu,
here.
that's what it does, right? Deja vu.
We're ready for that late game already. But fortunately for both teams, the jungle has been relatively safe, but I have the feeling at level 6 or 7, that is about to change. Both teams understand that in the mid game, they have their own relative weapons in this fight, right? Blacklist has sustain, and RRQ has burst damage. So we'll have to see how the execution plays in, as Edward actually disrupts Albert yet again.
Haji going in for the airstrike, gets cancelled by Bin for now. It's going to be Bin that got stuck on 3 people, but Bin will not be able to survive for now. It's going to be Clay leaning up towards, I'm not sure what he's going to do, but at the same time there's a fight happening out, but actually using the Panda execution on the way, but Edward will be able to follow him.
2v1 here, Agent Zero walks away with impunity. No punish from RRQ Hoshi. Blacklist already 1,000 gold ahead here, 3 minutes in. A lot of outer church shields here taken out, so that means gold for Oheb up top. 3v3. Who's gonna engage first? Oh, both are skittish to do it.
Both are skittish to do it because I think both don't really have a solid engage tool. Right now, it just seems like that is the play being made by Bin.
Oh, that's a lot of damage coming up from Bin. At the same time, it's going to be, my Bin is actually healing. The Tornado Power Memory doesn't do any damage from the side. Oheb at the same time. Oheb will actually try to push forward. He's biting that Mayhem. Bit more than he could chew. He has to fall for his greediness.
The Filipino sniper gets punished hard there. Araki, you were saying.
The Blessing of the Moon Goddess getting stolen by Clay allows them to sustain through the Feather Airstrike, and afterwards, it's just too much greed, but it's going to be the same story for Blacklist.
Bin may have been involved. It's the same thing, but technically speaking, if you combine those 2 fights, but hold on a second, Wise. Oh no, he actually catches the taunt on top of Skylar, and he'll be no more. It's going to be Edward picking up a double kill at the same time. R7 coming in for the flank at the same time, but will not be able to find anything for now. Blacklist stabilizes.
It's a 5v4 situation with the second turtle spawning already. Still 2k ahead. Blacklist International, Wise pulling it away. Arashi, is this going to be a problem? Because I'm looking at RRQ's lineup just now. I just noticed it's only Clay who's dealing magic damage.
I mean, Vartan has a lot of magic damage, but on the note of damage, that is R7 getting taken out as well. Later on, it's going to be very easy for Blacklist to itemize against RRQ. And right now, seems like they're having problems all across the map.
I think Albert is having a lot of problems. That is not a statement right there.
Oh.
Using the Thorn Rose, Edward possesses the machine.
This is just a tough situation for RRQ. Everyone on the side of Blacklist are just too tanky, and they are abusing it right now. They're standing in front of towers, but look at R7 going in alone.
Going alone is indeed the damage reduction coming in, but here comes the one for the say as well. But oh my goodness, actually healing. Haji is actually letting a fire on top of the drop of RRQ. It's up to Sky to try to clean up. Fire coming in with the hunt, and will be able to pick up the double kill at the same time. Now oh my Venus has to run away.
They're trading 2 bodies for a push down bottom, and the Queen stands alone. Arashi, tell me what is this going to do for the economy for Blacklist? Are they going to maintain this lead, or was that going to bite them in the behind later on? That seems like a bad decision.
They have still quite a big lead. They're able to get the tower in the bottom side as well. But of course, if they keep trading kills like this, eventually the team with the better late game is gonna win. And I can't help but feel that with a carry on your team, right? It's gonna be very scary trying to deal with him in the late game. Of course, Haji on the far side can just zone away Skylar in these big fights. But we've seen how chaotic the fights can get. So Blacklist needs to be very careful and make sure that they don't let RRQ get anything back.
Yeah, man, RRQ are doing what they can because this is Lancelot's debut. Vin, obliges.
Oh, the big burst, not enough. Unfortunately, Oheb will be the one that takes on Vin. Trading for the Roman for now. RRQ, it's going to be actually Clay that trying to heal up Skylar, but Edward's coming for the flank. He's looking for the food, and he's going to go into a split. But Oheb snipes him down.
2 for 1. Oh my Venus falls. I'd say with Turtle 10 seconds away, you have Clay out of the picture here. Blacklist has an advantage.
It's a huge advantage, and now Albert, he might try and go for a flashy play. Is it worth it though? There's so much burst damage in the hands of Blacklist. It's going to be very risky for him to even try anything. He might just be forced to let it go, but Edward will not let him go.
Something to note as well, in the roughly 7 minutes that this game has elapsed, RRQ Hoshi have not pushed a major objective yet.
A lot of damage coming out of Edward. He's just really trying to breach his first skill at the same time. Wise Horns going in. Albert was not able to find any form of entry, but Vin may be the one to be able to do that. But at the same time, it's going to be Oheb actually take down the top side as well. Edward just really trying to time. He goes in the space as well, but runs into Edward as well. Haji, he's flying over, but not in just in time. The turtle will still get secured by Blacklist, but that's not enough. R7 looking for the engage. Wise, it's going to be a slow little collapse coming over Blacklist International. Haji, better airstrike going in. Oheb snipes down Clay, and they're trying to push mid lane.
Maximum range, torn apart memory there from Oheb, popping Clay wide open. They're gonna convert into, that's
a steal.
Purple, he stole it.
Purple stolen by Wise, and of course, we saw earlier the turtle was stolen as well. This is a disaster coming in for RRQ. This is just losing their way. They have no idea what to do, and Blacklist are just getting stronger and stronger, and with the range available, torn apart memory and feathered airstrike, RRQ, they're in a difficult spot right here.
This is literally Blacklist telling me, hey, I'm not the problem, you're the problem. I'm banning away your fanny, I'm banning away your leg. My composition is solid. This is that statement.
Yeah, no, they've converted these Ube engages into map presence, into siege balls for Haji and Oheb. Again, the Brody has to clear waves the old natural way, right? But with Oheb, again, as you say, Ooga Booga, I wreck turrets. That's what they've been doing here, which resulted in a 6K gold lead 8 minutes in.
That's the macro play we've been talking about. RRQ, they don't only lose the objective, they lose members taken out by Blacklist, and they lose the tower on top side as well. And Blacklist are trying to push the tempo here, trying to make sure that the jungle is not safe.
The pincer in, going in for the back line at the same time. Oh, just really trying to peel, but here comes the heal coming up from Clay. And also, oh my goodness as well. It's going to be Haji. The flicker right into bad spikes. The Fed actually will be able to take down one member on the side of RRQ. It's going to be Wise and take down Clay at the same time. It's an unfair trade in the favor of Blacklist International.
2 for none, and boy oh boy, they have eyes on this mid lane tier 2. Lord, level 1, 10 seconds away from spawning. I must say, I love Clay, right? But I love him more when he's playing heroes with massive range. He made the Farsa work earlier. He had the range advantage. He knows when to hook. But with the Valentina, you have to be in your opponent's faces. And if you're facing off against Blacks International with 7K ahead, it's not an ideal situation.
If you're a squishy character right now,
no, the fight.
Oh,
the fight ensues as well. Vin managed to catch Haji for now. It's coming. Oh my goodness, they're taking out R7 at the same time. The damage coming up on Oheb. The door, the bomb memory coming out. will be able to fit into a body bag.
Arashi, you were saying if you're squishy, this is what happens right here.
Exactly. Burst damage coming in from all directions. Even Edward can delete you if you're too careless. And if you're now Clay and Skylar and Albert, they are all squishy and they are powerless to try and stop Blacklist from taking these objectives.
Did you see just Wise soloing that Lord on his own?
I did. I mean, it was off cam. It was on a small little screen, but yeah, I did.
Yep.
The world did.
That's just how dominant Blacklist is right now. 9k gold lead. We saw that they had an advantage in the previous game, but not like this. Look at the items right here. For Haji, with the Divine Glaive already prepared, that's a lot of burst damage. And if you are trying to just melt down this Edward on this glue, there's just not enough items. Corruption Sight and Golden Staff done for Skylar. It won't be enough to just break through the Dominance Ice and the two Kiras as well.
Everyone across the board, say for Haji, has physical damage reduction. So that's why RRQ Hoshi's engages are all the more, I guess at this point, trivial. It's so hard to find the finish.
I think the biggest problem is that if you take a look at Clay's items, right, that is not a very good item if you are a Valentina. Right now, Clay needs to try to steal the better airstrike because Haji could always walk up and just basically zone it up, and here he goes. It is going to be RRQ that's really trying to defend. Skylar at the bottom side clearing it out. The Lord is actually getting killed very, very slowly. Skylar building on some damage. Blacklist, they touch and they go. They've already taken the prize.
Good news, bad news. Clay has a feathered airstrike right now.
Yeah.
Bad news is they're inside their base, so they can only really take advantage of it. It's a win-win for now, but if Blacklist can find that engage again, Wise has been their initiation like this.
And there we go. The better airstrike going in at the same time. It will not be able to control and crowd control and deny. The better airstrike is going to be Blacklist taking down the bottom lane turret at the same time. 4 member left. It is going to be Wise leading the pack, trying to charge. Albert trying to look for some lane right here to sing, but not being able to find. And it's going out. Oh my goodness, actually going in with the ultimate. Desperately, Blacklist is in a portable fountain.
They have 2 base turrets, and now they're going for the third. Trying to execute yet again, and RRQ, they are forced to respond, but every time it happens, it's just the wrong response. R7 now taken very low, and Blacklist, they're looking for the end possibly.
Oh no, that's ults and battle spells spent by RRQ Hoshi. They're gonna have to defend.
They have to defend. His Vin is already here as well. Wise is already taunted as well, but Albert's looking a little bit calling about memory, doesn't able to connect. It's gonna be Blacklist, but there is no minutes. That one way marching down, a slow march as Clay. The battle of the better airstrike. R7 trying to make a play. Will be able to find but will not be able to do so because maybe this is desperately healing the bond. The core is getting back to the bond. That is international. They're giving a statement. But Skylar, mega kill. Shuts down Edward. But look at the core. The HP is slowly. The defense coming true. But Blacklist International, they are still healthy.
3v4, RRQ Hoshi, 3 kings standing. Down goes Clay. Make that 2v4. Can they defend it? Skylar left. That
Defend.
was over. It's just Skylar.
It's just Skylar and RRQ. Blacklist International takes game number 2.
The curse has been broken. The streak ended. Blacklist International's first victory at M4 against an Indonesian team.
They doubled down and used the same exact draft, and
Yo, man, did you see Blacklist's camp? It was like they were not even surprised. The faces of the Blacklist camp was like, it was expected. They were not even pumped for that win.
This is pure insanity, right? Like it's like trying something, trying the same thing again, but expecting different results. It's insanity.
They found a way to force RRQ Hoshi into this lineup. Again, taking away key heroes. No more Joy, no more Fanny. And in the debut of Lancelot on the world stage this year, it resulted in a loss. So this is a result of that insanity. This is a result of Blacklist International sticking to their guns and forcing RRQ Hoshi into this draft, into a Game 2 victory. Now with that being said, Before we go throw it over to our analysts, I'd like to remind everyone of the M4 pass. It's available now. Complete all active tasks and you will reach level 75 with ease and for free. Log in now and get exclusive rewards like the Beatrix Light Chaser and Stellar Brilliant skins, and of course the M4 Beatrix figurine. They're all waiting for you inside the pass. Use the hashtag Mobile Legends Bang Bang, hashtag MLBBM4, and hashtag Dare to Be Great when you're talking about it on social media. The M4 Battle Night goes live on January 21st. Expect loads of events and rewards up for grabs in-game. First off, complete battle tasks in-game on January 21st to get a skin.
So the casters are just selling skins right now. What's up, guys? So that was not so intense, but good news for Blacklist fans, right? I mean, Lancelot I don't know what Lancelot did. Yo, what's up, guys? Peak viewers na. Actually, our peak viewers on this live was like 5.3. By the way, that lag from before, it wasn't from us. I think that was from ML Official itself because we had a consistent green signal. But I know, right? They did ban Aldous. What the heck? Was that a troll overconfident ban from RRQ? I mean, they had a lot of choices to ban, but they banned Aldog instead. They could have banned Fredrin, favorite pick of Wise. Even the Lancelot pick was weird, man. That was the first time ever Lancelot showed up on the M4. So it's, what was that, RRQ? The Aldog ban, was that an overconfident action by the RRQ or just, I don't know. I don't know, man. Aldog ban was weird as, right? They could have banned a lot of, even the Lancelot was kind of weird. That was Lancelot's first match on the M4. I mean, Lancelot was not being picked in the M4 for a reason. Or maybe they just want to have a more hype game? Nah, man, I don't think so. As there's so much stuff on these matches. There's so much cash, there's so much fame, glory, pride, all of that, man. So good though, Blacklist, right? Hopefully we get the momentum. Scripted. Oh, I see a lot of people saying that M4 is scripted. I don't know, to be honest. Oh, maybe just overconfident. Lancelot similar to Joyce, said by Swag Games. Yep. Kurt Marvin Palejera, what's up? So we're gonna be waiting for the next game. How many more minutes? Shout out to Erwin Gonzaga. Jairus. Elol Marco, what's up? What was the reason Lancelot isn't picked in M4? Well, it's usually the meta heroes that's being spammed and picked here in the M4. Meta heroes are meta for a reason, and Lancelot is not one of the meta heroes right now. Elgin, what does Pinoy mean? Pinoy, Freaky Ali. Pinoy means Filipino, Freaky Ali. Elgin, baka mo 1-3 ulit ito? Ooh. Shout out to Maximum, what's up? Shout out to John Christopher. Yeah, Lancelot is just not in the meta right now. That's why this is the only time he got picked. We're from PH, bro. Gacha SG. Oh, let's listen to the casters' thoughts about that Lancelot ban, if they are gonna talk about it.
A little flashy, right? Trying to pick up kills if they can, but it just didn't work in this game number 2. And now we're gonna take a look at the MVP.
The MVP has got to be Oheb, 9-2-6, KDA, almost 80% kill participation. But I feel like the MVP play is that he dashes forward, he gets those kills, he trusts his teammates to always have that range advantage, to always cover for him when he makes a mistake. But it looks like he doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, only two when we look at this. Only two, which is good on a world stage for sure. I mean, and as we said, to me, the build is pretty typical, right? We have the Hunter Strike, we have the Blade of Despair, and then a little bit of penetration.
There's still gonna be matches, guys. This is best of 5, and so far, both teams have only scored once. 1-1. The score is 1-1 right now. Best of 5. Whoever gets the 3 wins first is gonna win. The meta heroes right now are the ones that you usually see getting banned. They spam Fredrin in this M4 event. Fredrin, Glue, Joy, Carry, 1-1, Beatrix. Grabe ang bias natin mga Go Blacklist from Smile. Hilda is not so much. But you also see a lot of Hilda because Malaysians love using Hilda as a roamer. We even saw Hilda on this one, but not as much as those other heroes that are getting spammed. Eve, oh god dang, Eve, you almost see Eve on every game. The two teams that actually only uses Estes a lot was INC and Blacklist. INC being like the mini version of Blacklist. I think that's because INC was also using the Ube strat. Oheb, galit na galit. Yeah, man. Eve is one of the mage that's being spammed here in the M4, and for a good reason. Eve, and second one is Farsa.
Oheb feels a little bit too safe. Haji feels a little bit too safe because Albert getting the landslide. He should be able to burst a lot of the more squishy players, but it really didn't work out on his favor.
You know what you do?
What you do?
You just ban out the Estes.
I mean,
they ban the Fanny. They ban out the Estes.
Sometimes it's as simple as that. Even in Malaysia, we're like, just ban the Estes. But with that being said, we gotta go back to the host, where looks like the host is down here, and they got a lot to say. So, what do you have to say to the audience?
No doubt, Blacklist International and RRQ Hoshi have the most fans in Indonesia and in the Philippines. And here with us, superstars here in Indonesia.
For his upper bracket, kita punya memang ada artisnya, ada penyanyi, supermodel, YouTuber, dan langsung aja mereka hadir di sini untuk nonton bersama. Yeay!
Mantap.
Ada Miss Paula, Mbak Imbong, dan juga Kak Fatin.
This is such an intense match.
God dang those horns. Who has those horns, man? Yo, yeah, Akai, you usually see Akai also on these matches. You see a lot of Akais, not so much as Fredrin though, and Glue, and even Grak. But they have picked Akai a couple of times. A lot actually, but not as much as how they spam Glue, Grak. It's like watching a basketball league. Elgin, your prediction for this match. It's hard. It's hard to predict who's gonna win this one, but PH, right? New Year din po ba sa Indonesia? Again, RRQ does have the home advantage because M4 is being hosted on Jakarta, Indonesia. But props to Indonesia though, because I heard based on the players that the Indonesian people were very hospitable to the M4 players. What, Aryan? What did you say? Zilong. Franco was also being banned a few times. Those are the tanks that's usually being spammed here. Alden's not here though. Daniel, what's up? Matagal na ako kitang idol. John Samuel Perlas, what's up? So 4 minutes, guys. We still have to wait for almost 5 minutes. Ooh, the girl is pretty. There's still 5 minutes more before the next game. Yeah, still no sight of Carmilla. Carmilla has not yet been picked ever since on M4. Yuzong is effective. Yuzong is one of the heroes who's also being spammed here in the M4. Translated to us, Elgin. Like before. But I don't know, man. I might with 2K viewers, I might offend someone. I usually go crazy with you guys when there's a low number of viewers. I'm not gonna translate it for now. What is the heat map, Elgin? Please tell me. Baho ka? Clory? What? Aryan. Elgin Sim. Distorted frequency. What's up? Elgin, can you say hey guys, what's up in Tagalog? How can you... What's hey guys, what's up in Tagalog? Kamusta kayo? Kamusta kayo, tropa? Tropa, kamusta kayo? Don't do it, sir. Yeah, we will. Too many viewers for us to do crazy translations. Yo, Hera again, thank you. Icom, I hope Goshen gets picked. Yeah, Goshen has not yet showed here. I think Amon was picked 2 times ever since the M4 started, but Goshen has not yet showed up, and for a good reason. Cho, I know, right? Cho has been nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and nerfed again and again and again and again. But still, Cho manages to show up. Even Fanny, those are the old school. I think Cho and Fanny are the only old school heroes that still manages to show up in these pro scenes. Ansh Tapa. Kikaw, kahit Filipino. Kikaw? Susi Baka? Susi Baka. Elgin, please talk in Elgin's voice. Again? We should make our own script to sample you guys. Hey guys, what's up? So we have a new update on Advanced Server, and it's patch 1.9.69. First on our list is your mom. So what can you say about your mom's update? Do you like Mara's legs? Share your thoughts in the comment section. That's all for this video. Stay safe and thank you for watching. There you go. Sino nanalo sa match? It's 1-1. That's why it's really intense right now. A few more guys. 1 minute. Less than 2 minutes. Let's go. Third game. Who will win? Who will take the third game? That's it. We kinda lower our voice a bit. Madi Hassan. What's up, Madi Hassan? Oh, wait. From Monoma NATO. Elgin, I noticed Blacklist banned heroes that can reach backlines easily. Ooh, good. To prevent them from reaching Farsa, Brody, and Estes, like Ling, Fanny, and Joy. Don't know what happened to Lance. Maybe just Lance doesn't have what it takes to reach that backline. Ling also has been a favorite pick. Ling has been doing good on M4, especially with Ling's split push. So good. Sounds more Iglesia ni Oheb. What? Si Idol pala to. Latte, what's up? Please just don't let's beat. Please just... Yeah, this is not yet the end. Again, guys, once the draft pick starts, we're gonna shut up so we can hear the caster's thoughts on the draft pick of these pro teams. Do you think Belleric can be a good pick? We have not yet seen Belleric. I think Blacklist is actually one of the teams that has that unusual picks, unusual draft. So I think that's one of the things that I like about Blacklist. They always surprise us with their draft pick. Not on this game though. Not on this game. Because they have the same lineup. Here we go, guys. Second game, draft pick starts. Kanta ka nga. I can't sing, man. I can't sing. RRQ knee, boss. Back. Is that? Ooh, hot babe. Who's that hot babe? What? that face mask. Ling was banned. Yeah. Kamukha mo si Dwayne Johnson. You should probably get bald. Bald. Go Queen Venus from Spicy Seaweed. Ang weak naman ng season. Yeah, I know. But to be honest, right? It's this top. Ooh, Wise laughing. Elgin simping again. Oh, here, not yet draft pick. If the game is not starting, cameraman, at least point it to the good visuals of the audience. Oy, John Mark Arante. Elgin, shout out, naiinis na ako. John Mark Arante, sorry man. Shout out to John Mark Arante. Shout out Eve Glitch. Ano po score? It's 1-1. Jacob Andres, what's up? How are you guys doing? Come on, man. Draft pick. Let's go. What? What the heck is wrong with your countdown? That was already finished. Another 1 minute. I like the way you're thinking. There we go. Show the audience more. 1-1. Shout out to your anus. How's your anus doing tonight? Uranus. Shout out to Uranus. Meow Meow, what's up? Shout out Lods from Tatsuhe. Shout out to Zumulin. It's taking so goddamn long. Again, guys, let me remind you this. The top teams, Echo, Blacklist, RRQ, and Onyx, all of them has a PH coach. All of them has a Filipino coach. And our PH players is actually being imported on some other teams. Like Onyx, they have Kyrie, right? PH guys finally being imported. Hopefully that happens in basketball as well. Yeah, the top 4 teams, all of them has a PH coach. Onyx, which is Indonesian, has a PH coach. Their opponent right now, RRQ Hoshi, RRQ Indonesia, has a PH coach. Oh snap, what's this? Hello. Hi girls, I'm a boy. Oh snap, it's gone. Here we go, 8 seconds. Shout out to Jam. Let's go. God dang it, we're running out of... Show us this draft pick already. Good job, cameraman. Good job, low job, cameraman. Yo, man, let's go. No research. Shout out to Russell Bendoy. Let's go. Job what? Nako, here we go. Hannah Dizon, what's up?
Sinayan can't wait. Things are about to get Gila about it. Because, of course, if it's the King of Kings versus the defending champions, how can we expect any less? It's RRQ Hoshi still remaining on the play while Blacks International remains on the red side. There's the Benedetta. There's the Farsa taken out by RRQ Hoshi as well as the carry while Blacklist takes out the 1-1 and the Franco. Expecting maybe here a Joy. Should that be their priority?
They have banned the 1-1 and the Franco twice, the first and second game.
Yep.
Joy comes in the second game, and here I think it's still a very valuable ban to be applied here because of course it can go in the hands of R7, but it can go in the hands of Albert as well potentially. It's just such a flexible hero, and I don't think Blacklist want to deal with that.
I think right now is the fact that it feels like the pattern right here from the side of Blacklist International. Like 1-1, Franco ban. Like what you say, Narashi, 2 games in a row, Joy definitely should be going right there. But I think if you are RRQ right now, I think you really have to prioritize that Fanny pick right off the bat in the first pick phase.
So right here, first pick. If this is the Fanny, how does Blacklist oblige, right? Also still open. The Eve, for the first time in a while, Eve is open.
Eve is available, but it's very situational. I mean, of course, it has great poke, great utility, and it does seem like Clay will pick it up.
I know my Clay, bro. I know my Clay.
Exactly.
You know, you molded the Clay into a pot, and he will come out with that Eve. But that is also something I've seen how you can deal with this Yi before, you know, with the Fanny coming out. But I don't think Wise is the kind of jungler that will go in with this Fanny picks, right? I think he likes, you know, those Barats, the Baxia. I think those are something that we could definitely look out for.
Yeah, you mentioned Baxia, and I'm looking at how Blacklist will build that box. Because again, despite not having a Farsa, despite not having an Eve, they find a way to do that, and that's where they relish, when they're able to say where the fight happens and how the engages come through. That's why the Fredrin is such a key hero for them. Now, after the Eve, they answer back with a glue, possible answer, and this opens up the Claude, an early marksman, a first in the series.
It's very, very early of a pick. And honestly, the glue pick seems to be very prioritized by Blacklist, but of course it has been working out. Although he needs to be careful because right now, with Yeeve on the opposing team, there's a chance that he will rush that glowing wand, and that will just spell a lot of damage for the beefier members like a Glue and like probably a Fredrin or an Estes, like we've seen in game number 1 and 2.
And here's the comeback of a hero that has made quite the impact in M4. There's the Grok. Great flex though, at least for RRQ Hoshi at this point, and then the Fanny, the trademark hero for Albert. Here's a quick quote by the man you see on screen, a world championship coach, Bonchan. I hope he can change the fate of RRQ, or maybe that's what he wants. The same thing that happened in M3. He's talking about his counterpart in RRQ Hoshi, Coach Arcadia.
Yeah, it feels like the battle of the coaches right here, right? Especially prominent in this method. I started off the series, I'm telling you guys, this is basically down to the draw. Game number 2 is a clear evidence of that. Blacklist International doesn't really need to change the roster, just need to change the bans and see how much difference it makes.
They're answering that question. They're putting in the mold that will fill that void with a Valentina. So what's Haji stealing so far? Hell, I'm not even so sure if it's on Haji, because Wise has been known to bring this into the jungle. He has a real world manipulation, he has a wild charge. What else?
Yeah, and right out the bat, you already answered the question that you ask yourself. But I really have to agree, the wild charge steal from the side of this Valentina is going to change the game so much, especially when, you know, Albert would definitely cable to a wall, right? That Grok will want to just wall charge you right into that wall, Arashi.
Well, we'll have to see. I feel like even though this is how it looks, it seems pretty solid for Blacklist, they still require some kind of crowd control, not only for the Fanny. I think later on, once the Grok wants to try and engage, maybe they can try and deter that as well. But the next band that they pick is going to be the Harriet, so trying to make sure that the DPS output coming in from the side of RRQ is, I guess, you know, limited, and especially because Harriet is survivable and can do a lot of AoE aside from just DPS.
Already what we're seeing from the RRQ Hoshi lineup is their box is just amazing, right? You're able to put up Guardian's barriers to say up to where the opponents can go or where you want them to stay, and then you have the real manipulation, and then Albert cleans up. By banning out the Harith, you take out one more factor, one more possible war zone that RRQ can say, because if the Zaman Force drops and it's Skylar on the offensive, best believe bodies are dropping.
Yeah, definitely. And not only just that, with the Yi going into play as well, it will be literally raining damage and big burn. Now that's a card that gets taken away by Black. That's another thing I also have to point out. RRQ very strong in this Fanny pick. If you notice how Albert plays the Fanny, right, was able to find the right target in the midst of chaos. I think that is something that I think Blacklist International have to start respecting.
Yep, and going into the final phase, Arashi, what are they going to get here? Because I'm not so sure where the Valentina goes.
I'm really thinking that there's going to be crowd control for sure, but maybe it's a Fredrin. We've seen that for sure. But I'm wondering, with that Fanny in particular, are they going to try and get heroes they can deny dashes, like the Mincetar, like the Kufra? I mean, it's a solution we've seen some teams explore, but I'm not sure if Blacklist likes doing those out-of-box picks. I feel like they'll rather just go for their own normal picks and try and manage it through execution instead.
Oh, I think this kind of spells it out.
Yeah.
The Fredrin will clearly go into the jungle, while the Valentina stays in mid. We still don't have a hero for the Queen, and again, with that Valentina going head-to-head against Clay's 100% win rate Eve, I think it's a safer bet that they put this Fredrin in the jungle.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the Fredrin pick is also quite a good idea, especially when, you know, you got defendant that needs to bypass you somewhere, somehow, right, through the cables. If you can time it just right, the taunt will be a very big hard CC towards this Fanny. I think the question from the side, I think Arashi pointed out very interestingly, Mincetar is something that Blacklist International can definitely explore, but is it All My Venus's identity? But before we can answer that question, it's going to be a Lunox getting locked in for the side of RRQ. That's a lot of magic damage, if you ask me, coming out from the side of RRQ, ending the draw with that Kufra as well.
Wow, that is a confusing, I would say kind of confusing to me, but now with the Lolita as well, it does seem like it's going to be a bit of a front-to-back situation, but of course, with Albert here being an assassin, that will be the X factor. If he can delete Ohab or Haji, that means that RRQ can get into a fight with an innate advantage, and that is a possibility that Blacklist do not have in their hands.
Yeah, I think right now, right, if you notice how Blacklist is doing this, I think they're putting a lot of chips into, they're literally going all in with getting Claude to scale, getting Valentina to scale, right? These two are your main damage dealer. You're not expecting a lot of damage from the other side of the team. However, something to also take note of is the Kufra could always easily cancel the Luminum Blast from the Lolita. Not only just that, the Grok can also easily cancel it off. And I think that's about all my Venus positioning going into the game.
Yeah, RRQ Hoshi coming in. It's clear they want to win team fights. It's clear they want to engage and then capitalize and then convert. How will Blacklist play around? Ladies and gentlemen, let's go into game number 3. Audio in at the stadium, throwing over to our Bahasa counterparts. For y'all watching at home, welcome. This is game number 3. RRQ Hoshi versus Blacklist International. It's a mirror start, purple for purple.
Purple for purple. I mean, that's why it's important. Of course, in the early game, the cooldown will just make a big difference. For Albert in particular, though, on the Fanny, right? This is one of the main buffs, so he needs to make sure that he can get it without any interruption.
I think something very interesting throughout this whole series as far, right? All My Venus has focused a lot of focus on Haji instead of Ohab. Ohab, I think he should be able to handle the Lunox earlier in terms of the level, but because the Lunox is being brought into the gold lane, that's not 4 minutes problem, it's a 3-minute problem. So the heal coming out from Skylar's first skill will be a little bit skewed towards, but it's a lot of damage. 3 members already at the bottom side. Vin get terrified a little bit. No biggie for RRQ for now.
Yeah, no, this is very similar to game 2. Again, how Blacks International put the pedal to the metal early on and spent battle spells as they should to better time that first turtle take. We're about a minute away, 50 seconds before that happens. And I have eyes on Albert because this is a huge presence they have in bottom lane.
Yeah, I feel like right here, the first 2 games, they're focused a lot in the mid lane, but now All My Venus using the flicker for now. Albert actually stunned Albert. Albert does have the ultimate this time around activated, but no kills for now. Blacklist International will side for relief.
They're trying to actually collapse on this bottom side, but of course the turtle is on the top side, so Albert goes in aggressively. He is all alone though. This might be a mistake.
A missed cable, but Albert managed to get out just nice. A lot of focus happening at the bottom lane. Skylar will be the one that we had focus on. Skylar burned off the flicker right off the bat for now. Blacklist 3 members at the bottom lane, but Fanny is slowly working towards the turtle pit.
Yep, that's key battle spells spent at least maybe seconds before this turtle, and it looks like they come to a gentleman's agreement. All right, we get purple first, both of us, and then we try to contest.
I mean, Skylar on this Lunox, right? This is what makes it a deceptively good pick. There's good sustain, good outplay potential. He's going 1v1 against Ohab right here. Ooh.
I can see the beauty of this right now. Skylar going in. Oh, will not be able to miss a shot. Skylar will not be taking down his counterpart just yet.
Oh, Vin at about half health here at level 4 already. Oh My Venus not hitting that quite yet because the Queen has been left to, again, babysit so much of mid and bottom. And with that being said, top lane!
Top lane spins to win, but Edward will be the one that wins it away. So a little bit of a Mexican standoff. A very slow early game, if you ask me, ladies and gents.
It's a tough situation for RRQ because compared to game number 1, they don't really have a lot of targets that they can just burst down, like we saw to get Albert snowballing. Edward is just tanky, he can run away. Haji is relatively mobile as well, and right now they're going for the turtle play.
Real War managed to go in, the liminal charges. It's going to be the Brewer Bracket hits down. This 2 crazy Real War manipulations putting out the damage, but it's going to be Edward that picks up the first blood for now.
Oh, Edward forcing Clay to flicker underneath that turret. Crystal Void keeping him where he is, but all this time, it's Blacklist who has their eyes on the bigger picture. A clear lead already, 3 minutes in, 1,000 gold. Arashi, what are they doing with that gold?
Clay is building towards mana regeneration. He definitely wants to be able to clear this wave, and Albert just comes in with some swag. Won't be enough right here. And as you can see, Skylar with the mana boots as well. He just must try and sustain in the lane, play it safe, try and avoid the ganks when possible. And on the other side, Blacklist, you can see, starts itemizing for physical defense. Again, trying to counter, ensuring that Albert does not get to snowball, because that is a big factor for RRQ's victory.
Something interesting right here. Oh, that's a wall charge already used, right? On top of Edward, but Edward just walks away, scoff it off like a boss. But hold on a second, real woman, the coming down. Limit no much challenges. Albert will be able to pick up the bubble for now. Hydra will respond to the same. Vin coming in, just bouncing around. Alzheimer's revenge going in. It's a choke point, and the son of the map will RRQ. And right now, Blacklist International picks up the double kill at the same time. Albert trying to spin the win, but we'll be able to take out the queen for now. It's gonna be the Roma traded for 2 members, but Wise is not putting out just yet. Edward picks out R7.
What's impressive is the fact that Haji did not die. I could have sworn his Valentina was gonna bite it, but again, that's just what happens when you're the KDA machine. This young man has been playing jungle for a while. His career started that way, and that's what explains his mechanics. Speaking of mechanics, Albert looking for one up top.
Not enough damage, I don't think so. Edward may have goes in the split just right in time. Albert will be getting out. Lumina Blast, no! Skylar has to burn the flicker and an ultimate just to get out of there.
Arashi, second turtle, spawning in about 5 seconds. Who has the advantage?
I think Blacklist definitely has an advantage right now. 3K does not seem like much, but it does make a difference. And they have the pressure because we've seen that they are the ones being more successful in these big fights. They are the ones that have the beefier members that have been able to survive most of the damage. And RRQ, they have to be careful because Clay and Albert has been the main target.
Albert's in the vicinity as well. Wise will be the one that wins the retribution method for now. It's going to be Haji letting down the fire. Would not be able to stun RRQ for now. Blacklist International to pick up their prize and to walk away.
It's a bit curious right here because usually when we see Clay play the Eve against a Valentina, he is very careful in letting that Valentina steal the real manipulation. In this game though, Haji has been very active using that to spell demise for RRQ. It's just quite the interesting situation. I wonder what exactly is causing this. But as we look at the items right here, Ohab already has the Demon Hunter sword, so the frontliners, Vin as well as R7, are going to be a bit squishier in his eyes. So that is something that we have to be careful about.
Play! Will not be able to activate the real one manipulation in time. That's another kill. Given over the time of Blacklist, but Albert trying to spin. Will not be able to find a kill. Unfortunate for RRQ.
That was ults and a chicken sandwich thrown in there to take down one. But it's not done!
It's not going to be enough. It's going to be Haji. Will not be able to push Vin right into the wall. Blacklist International walks away alive.
That's a tough situation, man. We said RRQ has no targets on the side of Blacklist International, but the opposite is not true at all. If Clay gets hit by any kind of crowd control, the follow-up is more than enough to ensure that he gets taken out. So he is a sitting duck for the members of Blacklist International.
You know who's a sitting duck? Oh my penis. Concealed right out of there. Albert, just not enough damage.
You mean invisible duck? Conceal play, saving the queen there. And again, it just shows that RRQ Hoshi, at this point in the game, mid-game, 6 minutes, 7 minutes approaching, they need to shrink this 4K gold lead. And they're doing their best, right? They're finding things on the map, and it's come to the point where Wise can steal buffs away from Albert. This is a difficult place to be for the baby alien.
I think right now, just RRQ unable to use Albert to find a pickoff. Another thing that we also need to take note of is Skylar 000, right? Going into the clock item as the first item, he needs more time to get more damage to rack out. But once he gets that threshold, you expect Wise to get chunked down very quickly.
Later on, though, it's going to be a moment where the Lunos will do a lot of damage. Look at the blast!
Go all the way in. It's going to be R7 wall charge. The Blazing Duet going over the back line. It's going to be Haji reborn the same. The turtle is actually forgotten by both of these two teams. But Albert is actually the one that falls. Skylar following suit. Wise will also pick up Skylar as for free. And they will go ahead and try to crack the mid lane open and then rotate over to the turtle.
That choke point became their demise. RRQ Hoshi giving 3 members away for free. The Blacklist. That load lead just astronomical at this point. 8 minutes in, about 7K. This last turtle going for free to Wise, and the map is red.
It's just it's so sad for RRQ. They tried to make the play happen, but they get comboed instead. I was about to say that later on, there will be an extra factor in Skylar being a big problem for Blacklist. But before that can even happen, Blacklist seems to be trying to end the game early, make sure that the gold lead is just too big.
I saw that, right? You saw that, right? It's so weird. Albert was trying to invade, take the purple buff. Don't forget, a Fanny without a purple buff is basically playing the game with half your hand. Albert is doing exactly that.
Well, where did the purple buff go is my question. Now it's Y's turn to do the same.
Oh.
And this time he gets it. No orange for you, sir. Not today. Let's look at the items here. About 9 minutes in. What's going on here, Arashi? Can we expect Skylar to come online soon?
Well, on the other side, Ohab already has the golden staff, so things looking more difficult for him. And Skylar is still so far away from his power spikes. It's going to take a bit longer, man.
Stamina blast across the wall for now. There's the flicker going in. We'll be able to catch Vin at the same time. Real War manipulation coming up for Clay. Providing some support as well. R7 would not be able to find anything at all. Actually, we'll be the one first fall. But Skylar, here comes the blazing away coming Ohab. We'll be able to pick up R7 in the backline. But unfortunately, Skylar will be able to return that tray. 2 damage dealers for just a Arc and also the Kufra.
A relatively messy team fight. They engaged with Valentina, Haji getting the wild charge, and was taken down even before it made a difference. So with that being said, where does RRQ Hoshi go this time around, Arashi? What does Albert do?
Albert needs to just be a nuisance right here. There's no real easy target he can just one-shot. So if he just splits the map around, making sure that the members of Blacklist are constantly worried about him moving in out of nowhere, he can allow the rest of the team to just do damage, because we saw that Skylar, despite only having a Cup of Destiny, is beginning to do a lot more damage. So, yeah.
Personally, I feel like, guys, Albert has been going out without purple buff, but hold on a second, he may actually be able to do something for now. Skylar will be able to shred all my bitters in the backline at the same time. Skylar almost close to take down Haji though. But back to my point, I think Albert has gone 3 minutes without a purple buff. And look what Blacklist is doing.
They're just starving him.
Yeah.
That's key. And again, if his goal is to split up the map and maybe pick up a purple along the way, then that's just gravy on top, right? And they're not out of the woods just yet. There's a small win here that they're looking at, a possible push up top.
I think, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta take a look back at this game. If you notice Blacklist International, they did not clear the purple buff. If you notice, the purple buff is there, but it's only that small little dude, right? Right now, what Blacklist International is doing is basically starving out. There's only one purple on the map.
Oh, and they've turned it into a bait because look, they're engaging.
Look, they're engaging for now. It's going to be Albert this time around, unable to secure the purple buff for now. It's going to be Min that actually falls. Engage coming up from RRQ. Skylar is trying to be doing some damage by the backline, but will not be able to find it. R7 going in. The blazing duet coming in the backline. The Lumen Blast charges will not be able to connect on top of Skylar for now. Albert coming in with sweep. Haji will be the first fall coming up from Blacklist alongside with Haji.
2 for 2, and just like that, key members going down. Vin and R7, while Blacks International, I wonder who made this call. I'm pretty sure it's the Queen. They go straight for the Lord.
Straight for the Lord. Albert is trying to make a play happen here. He is alone. He is actually 3v3.
He does have the retribution, ladies and gents. It's all about the retribution. Albert will not be able to lose, so he will lose it live to the Queen.
Instantaneous punish. Arashi, what's RRQ Hoshi to do?
They need to play more conservative, man. I think that when they try and counter-engage with the wild charge, they're finding a lot more success, but Blacklist is just not letting them breathe at all. Right now, RRQ are trying their best to clear the waves, and if you look at Skylar, the damage is starting to build up. He has a Divine Glaive, and if you look at R7, he has a Blade of Despair as well. So the damage is available, it just needs to land on the right person. But of course, Ohab already has the Athena shield as well, unwilling to ensure that he does not get shut down, get picked off by the members of RRQ.
Game 2 draft, again, it was so easy for Blacklist to defend. Again, just build physical defense. But now I'm liking the damage coverage. There's a good amount of magic, good amount of physical, especially from R7. I am afraid to walk into his grok in a dark alley at night. But now it looks like the choke is continuing. No purple for you, says Blacklist, as they go ahead and pressure all lanes. The map is turning red. The strength of the Fanny is being quelled. Usually you're so mobile, now you're stuck in your base.
Yeah.
I feel for the baby alien.
It feels bad, man. Albert had a wonderful game, number 1, with the Fanny, and I think Blacklist International, that's just ingenious the way they starve out the map, right? Right now, if you notice, there's no 2 purple buff. There's only 1 purple buff in this whole land of Dawn, and this is insane strategy coming out from Blacklist.
What's really difficult for RRQ right now is also the fact that Clay is very, very behind. He finally now builds the glowing wand, so this will be a big factor. Multiple instances of damage will be buffed by that item, so in these fights, if it draws on for long enough, there's going to be a lot of extra damage coming in from that Eve, and also a lot of percentage HP damage coming in towards Edward, Wise, and Venus. So we'll have to see if that will be enough for RRQ to win the next team fight. I think they have to play it a lot slower for just a bit longer, man. They need items to ensure that they have even a chance of making a comeback.
Yeah, about a minute before the Lord spawns, so that should be a good indicator. Should be a nice way to say, you know what, we'll wait for that Lord, and then we'll make a play. Looking at the players' gold here, Skylar, at least the gold is going to the right people for RRQ Hoshi, right? It's going to their gold laner, and I'm still waiting. We saw a little bit of that taste. And Jace, you're right, man. Albert comes here, like, oh no, that's miserable. They left a tiny one for me.
Yeah, and the worst part is it's going to be Wise already at the purple buff. Basically, Blacklist reading RRQ's movement like an open book. There's nowhere that Albert will be able to do anything. Once again, Wise in the purple buff away from RRQ.
I mean, Blacklist, they're moving so well, and RRQ are trying to get a pick off, but when you have a Kufa as your main engage tool, it's very one-dimensional. As long as the front line does not leave any gaps for the Kufa to dash into, the backline, Oheb, and Haji is relatively safe.
Oh, that's a shred coming out from Skylar. There's a lot of damage going in. Edward is desperately trying to survive, but here comes Oheb as well. He's heading down. The BMI doesn't even well, but Haji will be able to come in the first kill. Haji in, will be able to delete Haji right over that. Oh my goodness, charges. It's going to be the being stuck right in the bouncing ball, and now it's going to be Blacklist. They do have Oheb, and they'll push out the fact, and R7 will fall. 3 members falling just for the cost of Haji.
The KDA machine takes 3 down along with him, and Blacks International is ripe for the pick, and they can do anything they want. Force an inhibitor, take Lord here, that is Luminous. Arashi, what's the best call?
They have to try and clear the wave as much as possible. I mean, Albert has already tried and done that, but in the bottom side, 3 members of Blacklist trying to make sure that they can do something.
Manipulation, Oheb is already half HP. He has to slow down Clay. That's only person that actually defends for now, but at the same time, Wise starts down the Lord.
It's a 1v1 that Wise has started.
Albert.
And it looks like he can. Albert!
Albert will not be able to connect. The split. Unfortunate passive is not full enough for Edward to jump on top, but it's already Wise, already on the job right here, putting down some damage on top of the Lord. It's going to be a free Lord over to Blacklist International.
So much pressure coming from Blacklist, and they waste no time at all. Getting the Lord, they go for the purple buff yet again. All the Luminum Blast being charged up.
Luminum Blast gets cancelled, but that is okay because Haji can also engage for Blacklist International. Finn catches Wise, but oh my god, Albert cannot do anything for now. Blacklist International will push up their advantage, but they have another Lord marching down bot.
Just as quickly as Albert cabled on through, he says, nope, never mind. That's 5 members of Blacklist I could be walking into. Looking at the items here, Blacks International, they're at the 52k threshold. Give them maybe 10 more, 15 more, they should start building into everything and they can juggle. RRQ Hoshi, I'm seeing some blanks for Skylar, even Clay. So again, they have to extend that limit wherein that magic damage is gonna hurt Arashi.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Lord charging in, Oheb has the BMI all the way out. The damage has been down for the side of Blacklist International. There's a free Lord marching in from the bottom side. Clay force a real one manipulation going all the way up. No damage, no follow-up coming up from Blacklist. They will take what they can, take down bottom lane.
They're able to get the bottom side turret, and now they're just playing it very patient. They understand that they don't have to do anything extraordinary. If they just play calm and calculated, they are set for success with a 12k gold lead right now. And as you mentioned, Leo, the magic damage is going to start to hurt, but if you look at Blacklist items, they are Radiant Armors and Athena shields all over the place. They are well prepared for those late game team fights.
So it's going to come down to utility, right? It's going to come down to what you got. Not, well, both. What you got and how you use it, right? It's about the engagement, and maybe that's where Finn is going to be more important. They forced out a flicker from Clay this early on.
I think the most important thing is how Blacklist has full control, and look at what they're doing right now. He's leaving a free, gift behind for Albert. Albert's not going to do anything. He is now, unfortunately, it hurts to say this, guys, Albert is just a split push minion.
Yeah, no, because of the fact that there's 2 Lords for Blacklist so far in this 18-minute game. We're approaching that. The waves are just so much more powerful.
Albert, that's a very dangerous neighbor for Will. He has the cable all the way out. Blacklist International actually putting out some damage from the side, but Luminum Blast actually charge out. R7 using the wall charge again on the way. They don't want to engage Blacklist in this form.
And now Blacklist has uses a bunch of ultimates. The Lord fortunately is not up, but RRQ, they understand that they have an opportunity here, a small window where Venus does not have the Luminum Blast. They might just get emboldened by it. They might be looking for a chance to try and make something happen, but of course Blacklist already just waiting, setting up traps around the map for the members of RRQ.
What's this last item that Clay is building towards? Could that possibly be necklace or
Winter.
Winter?
winter truncheon?
I feel like you would just, at this point, require a lot more damage.
Yeah.
I think the Holy Crystal would make sense, but we'll just have to see, man. It all depends on how the game progresses. And now with the Lord up, Blacklist yet again is pushing the tempo, and RRQ might be forced to engage onto one of the tankier members of the front. That is not what they want.
Do they know this? There's 3 members of Blacklist up there. Is there vision on this? Because this rotation could be lethal. And I'm talking about both of them. This could have been a map absence from Blacklist, but no, they're looking for an answer. They're just making sure that they choke away the purple.
The lack of information is hurting, especially RRQ, but at the same time, Edward tries to really try to buy some time. Albert is the one that gets stunned out. He has a cable all the way out of there. Blacklist International, they're looking for the hunt. They're looking for the assassin from the side of RRQ. Nothing to be found right there. The Luminous Blast lands on top of the Kufra, but would that be enough though? Blacklist International, I think they could spend it too much, and Vin jumps all the way in. The real war manipulation, but that's a nice iron ultimate coming up from Vin. Hopefully to try to change the game around. Scala will be able to take down OM, and Blacklist International may have overstayed their welcome. Edward desperately trying to do some damage to the R7, who actually possessing for now. I think Blacklist International, they overstayed their welcome.
That was a 1-for-1 in the end, right? Gold laner for gold laner. And if you're 10k behind, 11k behind, I see that as a win. RRQ Hoshi, they walked into that fight with conviction, and they walked away with a small win.
Right now, Lord, 4v4 fight. Skylar, go both gold laners. There's no pushing power coming out. It's up to Bin to try to set this up.
Oh, Vin is trying to make the engage happen, but that's a lot of damage being traded on back to him. Look at Omar Venus making the play work.
Luminous Blast going in. It's going to be the wall being built by the side of R7. And we're trying to be a nuisance right here, but he's dragging the Vin towards it. Wise is actually working on top of the Lord. But now Albert trying to spin. Clay, he has a damage. He takes down the Valentina. And now it's going to be Valentina. He's trying to desperately try to do some damage control. Oh, just respawn. He is trying to make a beeline, but here comes R7 wall charge. Looking 2 members out from the side of Blacklist. It's going to be a back-to-back fight at the Lord Pit.
It's a 4v5 right now, 20 minutes in. Every single death is painful. Every death timer will be upwards of a minute if you make the wrong mistake, right? So this is very dangerous. RRQ Hoshi have found a window.
Vin charging out all the way up. Oh my goodness, there's nowhere to be there. Wise is actually going in to activate the window horn already. It's going to be Albert trying to look for something up right there, but the wall is actually blocking OM. And it goes. The Clay coming in with the wall manipulation. Wise has to run away. OM and the back line with the blessing to win. Not good enough, but would be good enough to take down R7 for now. Scala still in the midst right there. He does have the Chaos Assault, but has to bomb the Venus at the same time. So my goodness, that's what we're trying to stun. Vin will try to push a scrappy forward for both teams.
2-for-1, I was just talking about death timers, and that's about 40 and 50 for Vin and R7. It's a 3v5 for the next 30 seconds.
It's 4 members of Blacklist against RRQ, who do not have a frontliner. That is a dangerous game they're playing right now. Unfortunately for RRQ, the waves are still pushing in their favor, so they have a bit of a window, but Blacklist will not stay silent for long. They're already trying to get control in the Lord Pit, and R7 still 15 minutes away from respawning. Blacklist might just force it, or they might just bait a fight for RRQ.
Fun fact, ladies and gents, Albert finally got his purple buff, right? Now he's actually playing the game. Blacklist on the other hand, you know, they've got Wise coming back up. RRQ, they know they cannot accept this fight. They've got 2 members down. Clay reward manipulation is available, but I don't think they can do anything for now.
They send Albert home at half health. Charge up some energy.
Edward Flicker, Clay will get possessed. Oh no, real one manipulation go in. Albert is really trying to go in the same. Haji will be taking the real one manipulation away from the side of Clay. He will be responding, but the main prize right here is Wise. Focusing on the Lord instead. Haji will be able to take down Clay.
What?
Oh, that's great. Oh, the Lord. It's crazy games coming out from RRQ. But Blacklist International, they're not giving up. They will take the fight with the trigger going in. Scala already gone. It's going to be the Luminous Blast coaching. Members of RRQ, it's going to be Albert that's trying to defend. But RRQ, they took the Lord.
5v1. This is a dangerous place to be. They pop the immortality on baby alien, and they're going to ride this minion. It's just 1 minion. Is
It's
this
just
enough?
2 minutes from Blacklist International. They take game number 3.
Match point, ladies and gentlemen. Match point. for the world champions and the King of Kings in home court are sweating. The kingdom all over, sweating. Arashi, this is recovery. This is a streak broken. This is Blacklist.
This is Blacklist, and now RRQ with their backs against the wall. They need to find something that works, and they need to find it fast. Blacklist, they're just so calm and calculated. Even when RRQ are able to do the signature maneuvers and make the fight messy, Blacklist have figured out how to survive the initial ambush, and they have come back stronger than ever. This is a big problem for RRQ right now.
I feel like, ladies and gents, there's so much good in plays happening all across the map, but we only have one observer. I pointed out just now the purple buff was left just one purple buff on purpose. Crazy strategy, but at the same time, the observer also cannot catch the fact that R7 made that play to steal away the Lord, but that's not enough.
I hope our analysts, once we throw over to them, picks up on two key points, right?
Yeah.
Number one is the fact that, yes, they starved Albert because of the buff mechanic. They just left one, and then that means he can only really go for one, and they can corral him there. The other is how Blacklist International used turtle fights into complete wipeouts. They did that in the early to mid game, and I'm hoping that the analysts cover more of that. So right now, on behalf of Jays and Arashi, at your service, my name is Leo. Let's throw it over to our handsome analysts.
Don't worry, amazing casters, because we will definitely cover that. Blacklist International enter the stage with 0-6 against Indonesian teams. Now it looks like they're reverse sweeping it with 2-7. But to answer both questions, we gotta talk about Wise on the Fredrin. Welcome to the analyst stand with me, LaFell, Trex, as well as 92. I agree with Leo. We gotta talk about this. Let's talk about Wise.
Wise, man, on this Fredrin pick, I think this is the best.
And there we go. Yo, what's up? 6K viewers. Whew. Intense fight. I thought it was going to be one-sided fight with Blacklist dominating. But turns out RRQ still had some energy left on their tank. Even with Fanny almost starving for the whole game. So far, the first game is still the most intense. One more win for the Blacklist, and we're home safe. One more win. What's up, guys? Hello. That was a bad trade on that last part, though. Although they did get the Lord, they lost. Fanny could have targeted the minions, though. But Fanny was playing a dangerous game on that last part, and he paid for it. Kanta ka na. So what do you guys think? Is this gonna be 3-1? Or is RRQ gonna answer back on the fourth game? Again, this is best of 5. Whoever gets the first 3 wins is the one who's gonna win. And the one who's gonna lose will have to move on the lower brackets, and they will fight Falcon. Falcon, by the way, has taken down the Blacklist twice. Go. 69 viewers. Shout out Harold Buko. Ryan Redoloso, what's up? So let's listen once more to the stats that they had.
Complemented each other, and I feel like that's why you see a lot of Corrosion Scythe pickups now for Claude specifically.
I mean, and then as well, him picking up that Wind of Nature towards the end there, able to, once again, give them the sustainability in these team fights. But the big thing to point out is 16,000 gold.
Okay, they're just talking about some stats. Let's shout out for the guys who were asking. RC, what's up? Shout out to Legson Plays Vlog. What's up, Legson Plays Vlog? Enough talking, and give us more chicks from Raven Cabarles. So Raven is requesting for more audience girls, audience visuals. Shout out to Astral Gaming. Sorry for the guys who I couldn't see. Meow Meow, what's up? EvC, so shout out. Yamata, am I saying your name right? Yamata. Shout out to Brian Russell Bendoy's younger brother, which is Brendil Bendoy. Yo, Elgin, what's up? Jam. Shout out to Noy. Yeah, Falcon actually won against INC. Although INC did give us a good fight against Falcon. Remember guys, Falcon is the team that actually took down Blacklist twice. If RRQ loses this, they're gonna be facing Falcon. Or hopefully not, but if Blacklist loses this one, they're gonna have a chance to fight it out with Falcon again. Shout out Elgin baby. Shout out to Wee Wee. Nice name, Wee Wee. Shout out to Wee Wee. Shout out sa mama ko from Yui Manalo. So shout out to Yui Manalo's mom. Good job for raising a kid who plays ML and watches ML streams. Legson, what's up? Shout out to Donna Rose Batuasa. Donna Rose Batuasa. Of course, Wise, the Retri God, getting the MVP. Elgin, KFC Gravy or Jollibee? I'd have hard decision. KFC Gravy is the best, man. Just rice with KFC Gravy. Viva Cry Cry. Viva Cry Cry Q. Yeah, Wise Retri Gods. Actually, on the M4, MOBA Zane is playing a lot like Wise. If you've seen some of the MOBA Zane matches from the Valley, he is playing a lot like Wise, which is different from his M3. Shout out from Admin Nars from Mexico. Admin Nars from Mexico. Tell about Valentina. Shout out to Giancarlo Isleta. What's up? So these are the highlights on that previous game. Oheb melting down people. That Claude. And Grak, thank you for the wall. Said by Fanny. Isang hey guys, what's up? Again? Yo, looks like we have more new viewers. So this is usually, a lot of the guys usually asks this. So this is usually the voice that we use on our video content. Hey guys, what's up? So we have a new update on Advanced Server and it's patch 1.9.69. First on our list is the update on Mara's legs. It can now it's now more glorious. Mara's legs is now more glorious. Elgin, shout out. What's up from Cebu? What's up from Cebu? What's up, Lance Uzumaki? Is your name really Lance Uzumaki? Because if it is, I am jealous, man. Shout out to Lance Uzumaki G. Owano. Either your dad or mom probably loves Naruto a lot. Mara is one of the hot babes commentators on this M4 event. Matlani, ooh, can not again, Mara's legs. Ooh, here we go. There's Mara and Clara. Let's listen to the hot babes. Ooh, with Alode and Dexy. I'm gonna shut up and listen to the hot babes.
I don't know if they could hear the crowd, but it's pretty intense. How does it feel right now watching Blacklist needing one more win?
It's so extreme here. The crowd is intense, but you know what? Even though we're just 10% of the crowd, I want to thank all of our agents for being here tonight and supporting all of us here. So thank you guys.
Wow! Tahu nggak, Allah dia di sini sampai deg-degan karena kalian semua. Dan walaupun hanya sedikit aja, tapi mereka benar-benar pengen nunjukin supportnya untuk Blacklist International. Dia ngucapin terima kasih buat kalian semua yang udah ngeramein M4. Yay!
How about you, Rojin? What do you feel right now?
Actually, right now I feel super nervous, and then
Nervous?
it's really intense right now here. Like I'm watching in person, and it feels really intense.
Oh, dia tuh nervous, dia grogi. Tapi kayaknya kita yang grogi yang kedatangan Rojin di Indonesia. Dan dia ngeliat Blacklist, dia bener-bener deg-degan banget dan pengen support Blacklist.
Dexy, how do you feel?
Even though I'm not the one playing, I feel overwhelmed, but I'm really excited on what's gonna happen.
Oh, dia mereka benar-benar pengen tahu apa yang bakal terjadi.
Okay, I have a question. This one is for Alodia. The guy over there says it's gonna be 3-1 for RRQ Hoshi. What do you have to say to that, Alodia?
Hopefully 2-2 and may the best group win.
Very nice.
Harapannya sih 2-2 dan dia berharap bahwa yang terbaik yang bakal menang. Of course. How about you? Have anything to say to Blacklist International now, Dexy or Rojin?
Good luck!
Good luck!
How about player? Let's do the cheer. When we say Blacklist, you say break the code. Take it.
Let's go! Blacklist!
Break the code!
Blacklist!
Break the code! Break the code!
Yes, break me, mommy. I mean, break the code. Ooh, Blacklist, go. So there we go. The Hot Babes interview is over. Let's now focus on the game. I mean, we're here for the game, right? This is an M4 restream event. Let's focus on the players. What are your thoughts, fellow professional casters?
Also, I think the tension in the stadium is a little bit too high because I want to see this particular series to go that particular mile.
I mean, if it goes to a full best of 5 series,
Let's go, man.
we're in for a big treat. But of course, maybe you kind of get a bit of a guilty feeling. Is it too much to ask for? It's been so good already. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we will see it. But of course, in order for that to happen, RRQ needs to recover. They need to find a solution because right now they are losing their weight.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually only 1 minute. 1 minute, around 1 minute 30 seconds before the next match. So see, that's a good, the Hot Babes is a good distraction. It helps with the waiting time, man. Good job for the whoever's. Good job for the event manager. Do that more, god dang it. Probably have an Indian version of probably have an Indonesian version of those Hot Babes. I mean, we won't complain. We won't complain. Manifesting. That's what usually happens when we wait. Indonesia. I am sorry. Indonesian versions of, because they have Alodia there, Dexy, which is the big names in PH. Big names in the gaming community. So maybe you have an Indonesian version of those guys that we would like to find out. It helps us wait, right? It helps us wait. Because this is just too hype and too intense. So those Hot Babes, the Queen wise. Hot Babes helps a lot. Bawal Hot Babes, Kuya Elgin. Why? Who said so? Break me. They're so focused, man. Those are the professional guys. RQ. Goli, mamma mia. Incendio. Yeah, too bad Incendio went home. Incendio did show us a good fight against Falcon. By the way, tomorrow fight, I know you guys will be excited for the tomorrow's fight because it's not only Echo, but the Valley is also going to be playing against RRQ Akira Brazil. And the Echo is gonna be playing against Onyx Indonesia. See? This is how the live conversation should go. All about ML, all about M4 teams. The draft pick. Oh, here we go. Draft phase. We will shut up. No more Hot Babes. Draft pick for now.
Colors. And when I'm talking about that, I mean switching sides because it's been RRQ on blue all throughout. Let's see if we'll see a switch up this time around. Indeed we do.
Yes.
It's Blacklist this time around on blue. They take out the Franco to join the Eve. Open with a Farsa pick, while RRQ Hoshi, they got the 2-pick swing back. They battled the 1-1, the glue, and the carry.
First off, from Blacklist, it's going to be that Farsa. He has so much roam potential. decent amount of crowd control, and of course that long range that Blacklist has been completely abusing. So right now for RRQ, now that there's a very juicy target there, will they try and risk going for an assassin again? Because we've seen that there is a possibility that they like to explore. They've been able to just jump on Haji again and again, but of course that depends on how many dive tools they can secure in this pick phase. Oh,
there we go. It's gonna be Yuzhong and the Kaja locking for the side of RRQ. I feel like an assassin can still go very well against Blacklist this draft, but it all depends on this current pick phase, right? Yes, you got the Farsa going in. I'm thinking from the Hayabusa, but Edward is going for his signature Benedetta, and there's an Estes, and now the assassin just doesn't look very juicy anymore, right, Dio?
Yep, I believe in the whole series is the first time since RRQ has switched sides, the Benedetta has come through. And this has happened in M4, I believe, already, specifically in Blacklist series, that they get these 3 first picks in this order. Almost exactly the same. All right? The Farsa, the Benedetta, and the Estes. And here's a few words from Coach Arcadia of RRQ Hoshi. We still have a lot to show you. RRQ Hoshi has many strategies related to tanks. Just wait. So this is what I was talking about. He shared this is One Esports.
Yes.
This is what I was talking about.
Exactly. I feel like if this is a time or this is a game to pull out a tank jungler, you pull it out now. I think Wise has gone unpunished with the Fredrin pick all along, and you best be sure if RRQ doesn't ban away the Fredrin, Wise will pick it up again.
Lunox actually is the pick for RRQ right now. And speaking of past strategies, etc., we've seen that one composition that I've seen Blacklist struggle with is when they're up against a Yuzong and a Kadita, actually. So that being said, that's still a possibility, but maybe it will get banned out. But RRQ will take away that Fredrin, that very pesky, very useful, very flexible Fredrin away from the hands of Wise.
Yeah, this is just due diligence, right? You take out the glue. Edward has been amazing on it. I still believe that's an understatement. And you take out the Fredrin. I hear you, man. I think they have to start pressuring even Oheb all the more, because he did so well with the Brody, did well with the Claude. The answer by Blacklist, they want to quell and stop Baby Alien from coming through the back line. There's the Fanny. Would not be surprised if it was a Ling. The second ban might be a Ling.
Second ban coming out from the side of Blacklist definitely is going to be a Ling. I feel like Blacklist International has successfully clipped the wings of Albert. RRQ, on the other hand, it's their time to ban. I'm thinking you stick to the Barats. I think the Barats in this particular draft coming up from Blacklist International is super strong. The amount of pick potential that you can do, but no, they're focusing on the Brody instead.
Had to mention it.
Brody, so I think they're gonna try and target Oheb potentially if they can get. I mean, again, they have a Yuzong already with a Lunox, so if they can make sure that Oheb does not have a very secure, a very safe hero, they can try and shut him down, despite the fact that there is a Farsa and there is a Benedetta. If Oheb cannot scale, then the whole Ube falls apart, because the main damage output is still in the hands of Oheb.
Are they allowing Oheb to pick up the Claude that's still out there?
I feel like that's a very big question, right? I think when I'm looking at the bans coming up from RRQ, I may not be the best drafter out there, but here's my 2 cents, right? You're half banning, technically speaking, in the last point of time, but no, it's going to be Blacklist limiting that gold lane, the marksman pool even further.
So what's left out there? Irithel, Clint, Beatrix, Harith.
Leslie, maybe.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Leslie, but I feel like, I'm sorry, this is not her meta.
Yeah, no, the Yuzhong is there.
Yeah, not with Wendy and Yuzhong over there, but wait, I haven't heard this in a long time, but ours, it's gonna be a Ling from Albert.
That's the Baby Alien. Again, we read this second ban from Blacklist to be the Ling.
Yeah.
They didn't do it, and of course,
that's a bait.
RRQ obliges. There's the Ling. Oh, are you... A bait?
Could be a bait.
Could be.
Like allowing it? Like,
I mean, we've seen that they were able to completely shut down a purple buff reliant jungler.
Correct.
So letting the Ling go, this might be exactly what they're aiming for. But of course, Albert is no stranger to those situations, so we'll have to see. It will all come down to the rest of the picks.
That's right, Arashi. I think it's all about, you know, whether RRQ realizes that that's a problem. Because if you watch that previous game, Albert has no purple buff for a good whole 10 minutes of the game. He's practically useless.
Yeah, so far Blacklist has been able to solve the Lancelot, the Fanny, And then now that the Ling has come through, we'll see if that's actually in the cards as well. And eventually, of course, the Aldous makes it through, and then the Harith. Both signature picks for the remaining players of Blacklist International, Wise and Oheb.
One more pick for RRQ to try and address this issue right here, but it's looking very, very solid. Signature picks all across the board for Blacklist. It's a bit surprising how we ended up here, but considering their hero pool, you can't really say you're that surprised for Blacklist.
No, I think the biggest question is a lot of stress, a lot of pressure will be on RRQ. It's up to Vin with the Kaja to try to pick up the right targets. Do you pick up, well, the Harith that's zooming around? Or do you pick up the Aldous that's going over to the back line that just wreaks havoc? It's basically like a dive comp coming up from Blacklist International as well. And there's also that global map presence that could match that link as well. So this is it.
If I may, it's a dive comp with a global box. Because again, you have the Farsa, and then you have the Aldous Chase Fate. So as long as Blacklist plays their tempo, then they can do what they're planning. But with the way RRQ drafted, might not be so easy. They have a Yuzhong, they have a Kaja, and then they have a Ling. So there's a lot from the early, mid to late that they can do to disrupt Blacklist International.
And this is a pattern we've seen from game number 1. When there are too many problems that Blacklist need to address in the middle of a chaotic fight, sometimes one or two will slip through, and that is all RRQ needs to try and get an advantage. We'll have to see if they are prepared for this essentially triple dive coming from RRQ, but ladies and gentlemen,
we're going into game 4, possibly match point. In the studio, we are throwing it over to our Bahasa counterparts. But for all of you all around the world, welcome to the land of Dawn. This is match point. Blacks International sitting at 2-1 against RRQ Hoshi.
Really, I cannot emphasize this enough. Match point is what's at stake here, ladies and gentlemen. This is game number 4 in the favor of Blacklist International. RRQ, it's up to them to try to equalize. Results has not been well for the side of RRQ, but Blacklist International, this is still, technically speaking, a upper brackets.
I've seen this again and again, but the Aegis has been used very early by Blacklist every single time. Yeah. And look at this roam coming in from Haji.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. The Petrify will be able to walk on the way. It's now Edward time to fly away, but Clay is there. He's trying to do it in chaos, but the stun coming out from Clay. What is going on for the side of Blacklist?
An eye for an eye. Edward missed it, and that's just how the world goes. Everyone blind when violence rules. Oh man, this is what I was talking about. This is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
If RRQ puts so much on the board, Blacklist can't answer back.
Another thing that RRQ needs to really pay attention and take advantage of this is the potential, the fact that early game, Blacklist should be weaker.
Of course, they have a lot of late game heroes right here.
Too many.
And in the mid lane at least, the Farsa can be a big problem, but everyone else needs time to scale, especially Oheb and Wise, the two main carries. So that is the window that RRQ can take advantage of, and they are no stranger to this position. They know how to take advantage of their opponent's weaknesses.
Yeah, something interesting as well, if you notice how Wise is actually taking the stacks, but hold on, Skylar is actually getting caught by this Estes circle as well. Vin doesn't really have the ultimate, so has a doubt out of that. They touch and they go. Skylar takes some damage.
Lord spawning in a few seconds. You can see how Wise is hovering around his purple. And you mentioned those stacks. Yeah, this is just Blacklist's effort to stop this rampage of RRQ in the early game.
I mean, now with the turtle spawning, actually, not the Lord, Leo, a bit too eager here, but Skylar here gets jumped on.
Someone balls going in. Haji will be in and out the left by the airstrike. At the same time, he's going to be in. Doesn't really have the divine judgment. He's actually going to get denied. Not a very good fight coming up from RRQ, losing their max member. Here we come. Oh, Vin, okay, gets marked, but Blacklist will not pull that trigger.
Oof, that's unfortunate, man. They almost got the kill onto Oheb, but they're a bit too clean with it. The battle spells are available, but as a result, they're able to get the turtle, knowing that there's a lot more members of Blacklist in the bottom lane. Edward is coming in, being a bit of a menace there. But so far, it's still pretty even, and Blacklist are the ones actually with a bit of a gold lead, not the start that RRQ is looking for.
You know, Arashi, I will agree to disagree right here, right? Because you don't want to be even against a late game comp. You want to be ahead. Right now, RRQ is just barely scratching the surface in terms of the gold lead of Blacklist. But let's take a look at the items, Leo.
Well, I mean, you can see that the Farsa is building towards the Clock of Destiny. later on, that will be a big problem. The earlier like Haji gets it, the more it's gonna be a problem. But for now, you can see Albert just happy feet, dancing around.
Happy feet.
But there's just, without a real solid engage, so far no real movements happening just yet. Vin though is the one person that can change that.
You know what surprises me is the fact that top lane has become mum. After that action-packed 30 seconds, Edward and R7 was like, yeah, no, we're not doing it. But bottom though, Zaman forced out. And Vin and the rest of RRQ Hoshi in the vision, in the sights of Blacklist International. Again, I miss this. This is one key use of the Aldous ult. It's just for pure vision.
Just ulting it for vision, that is definitely a creative use of the ultimate. And knowing how Blacklist can maneuver around with vision, right, with information, that is a very dangerous weapon, and RRQ needs to respect that. At any moment, they like setting up traps, and it can be exposed by that Aldous as they make a move towards the bottom side, but yet no real result right here.
That's the problem about the Kaja, right? You need to rely on the Flicker ultimate to land down these struts. Like, let's take a look at Emblem for now. As both these two teams, they won't be able to find anything on the bottom side.
Just a lot of movement speed and cooldown. I mean, it's just how it is, right? Utility becomes so important for both these teams right now because both of them are not making simple mistakes. They need to be forced into those errors, otherwise it's going to be a very slow and calculative game. So with that being said, I think that RRQ has a few more tools to work out with, but Blacklist have the counters as well. This is why the drafting phase was just so confusing, so difficult to predict.
Yep, again, something tells me that Aldous ban from a couple of games back in the series, Coach Arcadia, Coach Achil, they were on to Blacklist. They knew that this was up. So here, 5 minutes in, second turtle going for free over to RRQ Hoshi. Blacklist knows their timing still. They know that this is not the time to fight.
I respect that, right? If you notice, even the crowd, they identify that there's no point for Blacklist to try to contest the turtle. RRQ, I think the main goal right now is to try to take down as much structures as possible, especially the top-bottom side. You don't want to allow Wise to just walk around gaining resources.
But I mean, you can see that Blacklist is trading very smart, intelligently as well. They are not letting go their turrets for no reason. They always try and find something extra, and this is why it's so annoying. Once you think that you have an edge over Blacklist, they just equalize, and look at that damage though.
No.
That is something that RRQ can definitely use.
What damage? See, he's fully healed. Right now, it is Blacklist time to do the damage. This is kind of crazy, but here comes Adam. It is going to be all my minutes actually taken down. R7 will be trying to look for the pickup right here on the back line, but I don't think Blacklist is ready for the fight right now. Edward is actually trying to buy some time. Elba picks up another kill. R7 will also do that now soon. 3 member going down. This is not a fight that Blacklist International want to do.
We just had to call it, right? Vin, with just a split second to decide, pulls Oh My Venus into RRQ's death ball, and they get 3 for free. Now they're going to capitalize, push this top lane tier 1, and now the map is much smaller. How can Blacklist recover?
I mean, James was saying, what damage? That's the damage you're looking for, man. When they combo the spells properly, that is a lot of potential pick-off for the side of RRQ. It's not just Vin pulling out Oh My Venus to ensure that no healing is done. It's also R7 with his eyes set onto Haji at every single fight, one-shotting him if the Petrify is available.
It's not so easy for Blacklist. Again, yes, they have the vision. Yes, they have the box, the space. But when you're fighting a lineup like RRQ has, again, that's a mid-Lunox.
Real world manipulation. Sorry, not the real world. Feather airstrike going in. Nothing can be found for now. Skylar doesn't connect the random shot. I think right here, Blacklist International is just desperately buying for time. This gold lead still okay for RRQ, but I think they need to do more. They need to crack open mid lane.
They're still leading right now, but they're also working against the clock. The late game is dangerous, but the early game.
Edward getting suppressed, but he'll be able to get out alive right into the healing hands of All My Venus. That is the question I ask you, Arashi. What damage?
Well, fortunately, Edward was able to survive in the situation, and now Blacklist are the ones actually trying to make a play, but they're sandwiched between RRQ. That might not be the best result.
And not only just that, it's going to be Skylar getting tagged by the Aldous as well. Haji going in, the Zaman Force already commented at the same time. Lunos is forced to use the Brilliance, but now R7 is looking for the engage. Albert trying to look for the back line. It's going to be the Zaman Force, but Albert will be taking down the Queen for now. This is not a fight once again. Blacklist is not ready, and they will lose 2 members.
This is a battle of combat mobility, right? There's map mobility, there's combat mobility. You saw how Wise had to walk through the walls. You saw that he was like, oh, Albert, that's not fair. You're on top of the walls. He just couldn't join the fight. And that's just one weakness that Blacklist has built in. And now, RRQ's going to choke off
This
those
is
resources.
personal.
Yeah, this is tough. This is revenge from Game 3.
RRQ is saying that this is personal. Literally taking away the purple from Blacklist.
Looking at the items right here, Blade of Despair and a Malefic Roar completed for Skylar. It's going to be a lot of damage, but looking at R7, he only has the Hunter Strike. That will be plenty to deal with any squishy member. And as you mentioned, Leo, if they can't kite away, if they can't find ways to survive from the Black Dragon, it's going to be a very tough backline play for Blacklist International.
And look at the clapback, right? Look at the capitalization of RRQ. Straight up, going for that inhibitor. They popped the shield.
Whoa.
They left a little bit of
Oh,
mana.
my Venus! No way! Vin going in for the duck! Normal healing from the side of Blacklist. But it is going to be RQ losing R7 for just that.
Wow, that was a great play, but R7 goes in very, very aggressively, and unfortunately he gets taken out. It might not be the best scenario that RRQ is looking for, but nonetheless, they're taking away all the turrets available for Blacklist, trying to make sure that they have all the macro advantages they need to deal with an Aldous in the late game.
You know what's curious is in that engagement, Oh My Venus didn't use the ult. Oh My Venus didn't use the Aegis, so something tells me it was all according to plan.
Exactly. Blacklist, Oh My Venus has died probably 2 times already without activating the ult, without activating the Aegis. This is not a very good game. Blacklist is still not on form yet. Right now, RRQ, they have the tempo and they're trying to push as much as possible. This is, once again, a little bit too personal against Blacklist.
They want to make sure that they get all the buffs available denied from the side of Blacklist International.
But Haji secures it.
Haji secures
but
that.
yet Haji is able to secure it. This is why it's just so irritating. But now, knowing now that R7 has the Petrify available, this is going to be a very dangerous fight for Blacklist to try and commit to if they want to try and contest this Lord.
Yep, it's already spawned, and there's 4 men here. R7 in the wings. Clay just making sure that they make quick work of it. And just like that, Blacklist on the back foot. Wise securing what little resources he can. Rod Rise! Oh! That's all of RQ on you!
Vin, the conceal play going in the slow, and here comes the dog. Wise will be the victim of RRQ's feisty pickoff.
That is the potential, man. When you have the map control, you can ensure that even though Wise was near his turret, it does not even matter. Everyone else needs to deal with the other lanes, and that is how you can break up this team fight-centric composition from Blacklist International.
That
Take
damage.
a look at the items right here. Clock of Destiny and Lightning Truncheon done for both the Lunox and the Farsa, but on the other hand, Demon Hunter Sword built by Skylar to ensure that in those long, prolonged team fights, the DPS will still be readily available.
Worst case scenario, Blacklist International loses inhibitor or 2. Best case scenario, they find a way to defend inside their base. But at 11 minutes, with almost 7k ahead, RRQ Hoshi, it's looking like it's worse for wear now. They can't fight, not like this.
Better strike going in at the same time. The Renaissance will be able to call it on Haji, but the top side is already getting broken for now. Being tried up down. It is once again the Queen, but we will not be able to survive any longer. It's going to be Wise trying to chase on, trying to build, but the Lord is actually forgotten by the side of Blacklist. RQ, they take the Queen and the top side.
2 for 1. And throughout all this, they take down Skylar, and Oheb is sitting at 0, 0, and 4. Albert choking away at Wise's resources. Arashi, at what point can we say that Blacklist can clap back and Blacklist find a way in? Because so far, RRQ Hoshi, I think they're willing to make these trades for permanent objectives.
I mean, RRQ, they have lost like 5k gold lead, but no, Haji's in, jumped on.
Oh no, that is big problem for the side of Blacklist. It's going to be all trying to desperately try to shut down the dreams of RRQ, but he will lose his life as well. It's just 3. It's a scrappy fight.
This is a reckless trading being done by RRQ, and it's not good. Whenever teams start trading kills back and forth, the team with the late game composition usually comes out on top. With a Harith, with an Aldous in their squad, it's going to be a bit dangerous for RRQ to keep doing this. They have to play calculated and ensure that Blacklist gets locked into their own base, because otherwise it's going to be very difficult.
Man, look at this. Wise is just like getting free stacks.
Yeah.
Just serving up to him like on a silver platter.
Like a buffet.
Like a buffet.
Like a buffet. He's building a hybrid. This is the El Clasico Aldous Blacklist build. You have the Brute Force, you have the Thunderbelt. 1 Malefic Roar just for sure, just for safety. And then he's building an Athena's Shield. For RRQ Hoshi, I mean, again, they've grown so much from the draft from game 1 to 4 so far. Coverage, check. Protection, check. Aggression, check. And now, this is a Luminous Lord. This could be it. If RRQ takes this, and then they win more team fights, it's over. We're going to game 5.
It's about the positioning of Haji. That's a lot of damage coming out with Skylar, but Oh My Venus is around there. I don't like how Oh My Venus is actually positioned, and once again, right into the hands of Finn! Real One Animation, this really trying to cover the damage, but R7 will be there. It's gonna be in the middle of the Blacklist International, but here comes Wise! He is hungry for the kills, and Blacklist International shuts down RRQ.
3 for none! 3 for none, and they're gonna go for the Lord right at the least point, right where you did not expect it. Blacks International claps back in just in time. R7!
R7, another point over the side of Wise. The stack is unsurmountable. Haji forces the Elba to run away. Lord given over to Blacklist.
4v1 Arashi. What's RRQ to do here?
They have to try to recover, man, but the gold lead is down to 1.4k only. It is a very dangerous situation for RRQ to be in. I was about to say before the previous fight that Edward is the unseen member that can be a deciding factor in these big fights, and he completely delivers. He turns it around, and now Blacklist are the ones with a gold advantage. What a disaster for RRQ.
Once again, it's so weird to be fighting on this side of the map. Haji activated by the airstrike at the same time. Finn wouldn't be able to catch up for anyone for now. And it's going to be RRQ zoning Blacklist zoning RRQ away.
For the better part of 15 minutes, I get you, Jays. The fact that we haven't seen Blacklist cross the river in so long, that's just the result of the hard work of the mission accomplished by Agent Zero. You're right, Edward has been doing so much to draw lines across the map to make sure the Blacklist can make moves and can clap back the way they have now. And just like that, the gold lead swings over it. Is that, Albert failed!
Albert
take it!
missed the purple and will get ultimate right now. It's been a moment over the side of RRQ as well. And this is a big problem. Blacklist International has a bit of gold lead.
Off the bat, Blacklist International now has the lead. They have equalized in the gold division. They have a lead in range, and they also have a lot more sustain and an infinite scaling hero. On paper, this is a done deal, but RRQ, they are known to do something so crazy it might just work. That is what we're looking for right here. They have tried to just pick up Oh My Venus and Haji, and so far it's been working kind of. They need something better though.
Wrong neighborhood, Bin. That's a bad place. The Brats is going to be OM as well. There's no way OM to be in. But here comes Wise. Something great for the backline. Look at the damage coming out from Wise on top of OM. It's on top of the Skylar, and none of the RRQ members actually fall. The fight may have gone a little bit too long. Blacklist needs desperately to get out of the way. Albert, the healer, is gone. RRQ, they reign supreme. They're looking to end the game. This is personal.
The last two members of Blacks International on the map, Edward and Wise.
No way.
RRQ Hoshi are on a manhunt, and
No
they
way.
got Wise. It's over. It's over. 5v1. Edward, he's fighting for dear life. Can he do it? Oh,
I don't think so, Leo. RRQ will be equalizing the series.
We're going to game 5, folks. We're going to game 5. The Sang Raja claps back. Not here. Not in our home turf. We're going to game 5.
Looking forward to a full series between RRQ Hoshi and Blacklist International. And I was just talking that they have to try and do something different. And they go and pick off the Harriet of all people. What a performance coming in from RRQ. They are here, still in the fight.
After Oheb went down, and after we saw Oh My Venus struggling to find who to heal, it was just too much to ask for Wise to finish anybody off, right? There were, 3 or 4 members of RRQ Hoshi that were sitting at maybe a fourth of their health. A single punch from that Aldous would have ended it, would have just turned things around, given that he is sitting on a killing spree. But RRQ Hoshi, they still kept their eyes on the prize. It was a close call. That was almost Blacks International dropping them to the lower bracket, but the King of Kings says, no, not today. Not in front of the kingdom, not here.
I feel like this particular draft was literally the Queen's Gambit, right? They baited, not say baited, they allowed the link to come out, they picked the Aldous. But I think they put in so much investment into the late game, and I feel like that's not exactly what Blacklist want to do.
Oh, yeah. But with that being said, on behalf of Arashi and Jays, my name is Leo. We're going to throw it over to our analysts to break this game down even further. Let's go.
This best of 5 has quickly transitioned into a best of 1 between RRQ Hoshi against Blacklist International. We have a lot to talk about in terms of the drafts, in terms of the timings, and we're gonna break it down here. My name is Ophel, Naisu, as well as Trex, where I kind of feel like we gotta talk about tempo first, we gotta talk about timing. RRQ Hoshi, they started this game guns blazing.
Yeah, and I mean, the major thing, Vin. I feel like he struggled a little the last game. Same thing with R7, but instead of putting him on something heavy attack, heavy set like the Kufra, it was heavy.
And there we go. It's 12 minutes before the next match. Sad noises. Good job for RRQ though. So this is RRQ and Blacklist giving us a good fight. 2-2. So it looks like one last game. Whoever wins this game is gonna be the winner. Last one. Utos ni Aloja. So when RRQ won the first match, on the second match they had a weird pick, right? And then the third match, that was the decent match wherein Blacklist won. And then after Blacklist won, they had a weird match again. And then now it's 2-2. Break the legs. Yo, show us the hot babes. An interview? If not, let's just listen back to the casters. Oh, wait, we're gonna shout out. Because a lot of you guys were asking for a shout out. But we couldn't because we were on the game. Alright. So, shout out first. Shout out to Jaidel's wife and daughter, which is Regine and Anissa. Shout out to Regine and Anissa. Jaidel's wife and daughter. So shout out to all the dads out there. Specifically the young dads. So shout out to all of the young dads out there that we got watching us. Because I know how you feel, man. Young dads, kapit lang. I know how you feel. I was also a dad when I was 19. I was already a dad when I was 19. So, to all the young dads out there, kapit. Shanshan, shout out to Shanshan as well. And Michael Bares, what's up? Kuya Mac, what's up? Shout out Naiv, N-A-I-V. Shout out to Aryan the Nerd Valenzuela. The casters are just saying some random stuff about the stats of the game. Shout out to Lobby, DJ Waffle, what's up? Dominic Vistation, wash out. Mara Aquino, what's up? Mara. Sinadya said by Daniel Asses. Ricky, what's up? Is it like the PBA? The PBA were in. They tried to go to the. Well, that would suck if it was true, but hopefully not. Kaya bang mag-caster, Lodi? Can we do a shoutcast? We can shoutcast, man. Shout out to Rian, Maika, Delusong, Hilario. It's time for Elgin's Angels. Ooh, who's gonna be the MVP on this one? Kaja took down a lot of Blacklist members on that match using his whip. They should make Kaja like a female hero with a whip. That will be more interesting to play, man. Imagine if Kaja was a female and she would always catch you with her whip and stuff. I mean, I would be caught. I would be glad to get caught by Kaja's ultimate, man. If you just make her a female, hot female, maybe make it a bit more thicker on the lower. Like ultimate me, god dang it. Well, who's willing to get to take on Guinevere's ultimate? Shout out. Oh, shout out to top 1 Ruby. Kayo na. Janina Yusbal Tubao. What's up? Safi. JZ Mipa. Oh, JZ Mipa. What's up? You were on the stream for a while now. Jamal. Fixed game. Oh, snap. Really? Elgin needs help. Oh my god. Kaja female BDSM. Sus, bruh. So the casters, do you want to listen to the casters? They're just saying about random stuff about statistics, about Kaja whipping some Blacklist guys down. Elgin is just again. Yeah, this is what happens when we wait too long. So come on, man, don't make us wait too long. Shoutcasting time. Oh snap! Red guys are winning. They're whooping some butts. Is that a freaking dragon? Birdie guy saying bye-bye. That's how we shoutcast. So probably not the best shoutcasting 101. Oh snap. More guys are dying. The player needs rest. Paano yung intro, boss? Again, the intro? Are we gonna do the intro again? Okay, real quick for the guys who has not yet heard this. A lot of you guys. Hey guys, what's up? So we have a new update on Advanced Server and it's patch 1.9.69. First on our list is the update on your moms. Never mind. Sorry if I've offended any moms out there. I apologize. Yo, 5 minutes before the next match. Let's go. Boss, shout out boss to Arjun Apaso. Hey, Bong Gutierrez, what's up? Random. Do you know Kazuki, Elgin? Yeah, I know Kazuki. Not personally, though. Bro, we wish... So, who will win? Who will win this last match? 5 minutes to go, and we will finally have a closure on this insanely long match. Kimberly Musni. Ooh, Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. Hi. I'm a boy, Kimberly. If you haven't noticed. Lods, kaboses mo si Elgin. Yeah, we have the same voice as Elgin. Sounds like Kazuki. Wait, about static noise? Do we have static noise? Really? Oh snap. There? Is the static back? I actually put it on low for you guys not to hear the static. Tell me it's better now. Is it better now? Oh god, okay. I think our mic couldn't handle our simping. Fixed. Yeah, I am sorry about that. Probably the static when I was whispering indecent stuff. I think the static came on from whispering indecent stuff. So we're gonna lower our voice because I think that caused the static when we put our mouth too near. I think this mic is rated. This mic censors the bad stuff that we say. So, yo, show us the hat babes again, man. We're tired of Sing for us, Elgin. Shout out to Aryan the Nerd Valenzuela. What's up? Your opinion on Aldo's pick? I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. They had two weird picks during this game. The first one when RRQ won, right? RRQ won. So RRQ had a weird pick. Them banning Aldous and picking Lancelot. And then it felt like they had a normal match again on the third match. And then when Blacklist won, it was the Blacklist turn to have a weird pick. And now I guess we're gonna see another decent match. Shout out Kai Di Honju. What's up, Kai Di Honju? Shout out from UAE, Frank Fredeluces. Mara Aquino, what's up? Give us Q&A. Yo, Bundang Dizas. Thank you for the 6 Myanmar. Thank you for the 6 bucks. Sino nanalo, sir? Late ako, di ko nakita. It's now 2-2, right? 2-2. Jasmine, shout out to Breeze fam. What's up, Jasmine Almanza? Joel Duria, what's up? Shout out to Nani. China Pum, come on, man. Oh, less than 2 minutes before the next game. Give us a Q&A time, Elgin. Q&A, what's your question, guys? If you have a Q&A. Shout out po, Utah. Shout out Lee Vencescar. Elgin intro. Hey guys, what's up? So, really, you want me to read this? From Dino Delarmente. Hey guys, what's up? So on this update, I'm gonna whip you with Kaja's weapon. Haha, stay safe. Thank you. What? You Shout out po kay Shane and Platypus Patatas. Who in the heavens the parent give that name? Platypus Patatas. Sus. Rian Micah Deluso. Kudos to Blacklist for executing the Ubi strategy so well. From Sushant. How old are you, Elgin? We're 36 years old. We have 4 kids. I've been changing diapers my whole life. I was already a dad when I was 19 years old. So I was an early boomer, I guess. I was a very naughty teenager. That's why I became already a dad at 19. Pogi Molods from HMSTR. HMSTR, thank you for the 50 pesos, man. I will do anything for 50 pesos. Message me. Wink, wink. Oh, snap. Hot girls. Ooh, hi. Hi then. Thank you for saying hi. Ooh, Alodia was going blink, blink. Did you see that? I think Alodia was giving me a signal. She went like, right? Like, chill, Alodia. Baka Elgin. Is there static again? ASMR Elgin when? Ooh, Noriana Panalingan, another 50 pesos. Ooh, I will ASMR for 50 pesos, bro. Congrats, Daddy Elgin. Hera, thank you for that, Hera. By the way, our one of our peanut butter groups. I'm simping for Dexy, said not me. I'm reading the comment. I'm simping for Dexy, said by EJ Pogi. Elgin for M5. We will imagine if we go to M5, man. What will be? I will probably not be watching the match. I will probably my line of vision will probably go somewhere else, or probably go make use of my peripheral vision. Shout out to John Paul and Clint Viente. Shout out to Gerald, Saren, and Lian Manahan. Shout out Dexy. Yo. Oh, more audience. Oh, snap. Ooh, that's a lot of phone lights. For the Indonesian cheerers. Cheer. Man, we have to go pro so that we can get all that. Okay, draft pick. We're gonna shut up now. Who will win this last final match, man? Is this gonna be a decent draft pick now? Let's go check it out.
And here we go, game number 5. The last one in this best.
Okay, last one. AG, thank you for the 40 pesos, man. I'm 40 bucks. Hello, good evening, Elgin. What's up, AG? Thank you for the 40 pesos, man. Thank you for the support and donation.
Opportunity this time, so that might just be a big factor. All the way in the beginning, though, we do see a glue and a carry, as well as a 1-1 and a joy. One side wants to get rid of these prio annoying heroes. The other wants to get rid of all this mobility, all this dive potential.
So much is open right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, last one, I swear. John Maverick Humol, thank you for the 24 pesos. Thank you for the donation and support.
But at the same time, who do you ban away if you are RRQ?
Well, again, you can ban out the Eve and then first pick the Kaja.
True.
You can also try to leave open possibly the Fanny. I'm not sure if that's worth first picking in this situation. The Grok seemed to play a great role earlier, but no. They're going this certain direction. They're going to take out the Eve, and then they'll play with their box in their own way.
Yeah, I think Blacklist International doesn't want to see the Kaja right here. I think it's a no-brainer right now. Vin is super comfortable on this Kaja. If you notice, also fleeing time being built in earlier just now. That's hooks for days, but no, speaking about hooking, they take away the Franco instead. Kaja left open.
I mean, Franco is also a signature pick from Vin. I think last season in our own MPL ID, he was able to show that he can completely take over a game if he's given someone with such utility. But the first pick is going to be that Kaja, man. RRQ understands a big part of their success is how successful Vin was able to be able to pick off the members of Blacklist International. That suppression is very, very strong.
Yep, MVP from Game 4 was Vin on this Kaja. I mean, ride the momentum, ride the wave. Take it all the way through the last game of the series. For Blacklist, though, what's left open? There's a lot on the board. There's the Farsa, there's the Benedetta, there's, what else? Well, Glue got banned out.
I think there's a lot. Like, I think it's right now, I think it's all about these first 2 picks. What is Blacklist International going to go for? That's the Benedetta going in. That's one checkbox marked. Are we seeing a Farsa going in as well? Do you want to prioritize it early? Okay,
Wow.
we're going to go in. Feels like the replay of Game 4.
Reiterate, that's the key. That's what they're doing here. And then they're going to learn. Again, best believe, the change up, the switch up might happen as soon as here, this 3rd pick for Blacklist, or in the 2nd phase during the banning. For RRQ, though, how do they close up their first phase?
I think they require a bit more damage, because now, even with the Divine Judgment, if you don't have any damage to follow up to try and secure that kill before the crowd control wears out, it's going to be a tough situation as well. I think they need to try and lean into that aggression. That is their signature style that we haven't seen in a long time, actually. And we've seen that even against Blacklist, it is a big problem. I think it works out.
Looks like the pick is going to be damage indeed, and they're not going to let Blacklist ban out the Link. They're not going to wait. They are going to be the aggressors, the initiators. They pick up the Yuzhong and the Link.
It's all about the positioning of Haji right there on that Farsa, right? R7 on that Yuzhong. It's definitely the Albert on that Link. There's 2 items, or not say 2 items, 2 utilities that they can use to kind of push away the feather airstrike. So right now, I think Blacklist International switching up the gears a little bit in terms of their execution. Let RRQ engage, we bite them back.
And it looks like the game plan for Bonchan here is to rely on their opponents, see how they're moving. But against RRQ Hoshi, it looks like it's the good old Ube. Because, again, they don't have to pull out something new. Instead of picking up the Estes in the slot, they go ahead and pick up the Claude for Ohed.
I mean, Coach Bonchan here being very irritating, right? Just not giving us the confirmation on what he plans on doing. And that is why it's so difficult, right? The elusive mind of Coach Bonchan has just been shown in today's game. You don't really know what he's up to, and yet somehow he finds success. And as you mentioned, with the Claude picked up right here, they have a chance to shift this draft into something more aggressive, or even tone it down and go for something a bit more reactive, right? Something that kites back better.
Yeah, so what's missing for RRQ Hoshi that Blacklist can clamp down on are mid laners or gold laners. And here's a hero that's both. They take out the Lunox.
I mean, you saw that for Blacklist. The fact that there was the Lunox can be so flexible and so safe is definitely something they do not want to have, because Haji relies on being able to go for those level 2 roams, those early game pickoffs to try and get the ball rolling. But quick bans right here, Fredrin as well as the Harith, they really know what they don't want to see.
They don't want this flexible picks coming in from the side of RRQ.
Okay, that last one I swear. Yo, Kisuke, thank you for the donation, man. Thank you for the donation, Kisuke.
That's a little bit personal. Wise was able to use the Fredrin almost like 3 games in a row, and it works pretty well. And there you go, the Lolita gets taken out by RRQ Hoshi.
It's not even a choice of Barats anymore, right? They know that that's the only choice left. And I think Coach Arcadia, Coach Achel, they're accepting this, that, hey, he might pick up the Barat, so just ban out one of Oh My Venus's best heroes, take out the Lolita. So now, what's Blacklist to do?
I think the Barats is a good idea here, but I got a feeling that there may be a Diggy coming out. A Diggy time journey would be very good because, first of all, you allow the Barats to basically use the Daytona's Welcome to swallow someone up, and then after that, you also deny the CC coming out from the Farsa so that she can stay in the Feather Airstrike just a little bit longer.
Well, point is, I think for RRQ, they need some kind of DPS. There's no way they intend to take down a late game Barats with a Ling and a Yuzong, right?
Yeah,
That's
not
a bit of a tough endeavor. So some kind of DPS, either physical or magical, needs to be secured here. Otherwise, they're prone to just falling to the same issue, right? Having a thick front line for Blacklist, and they cannot penetrate. Oh, whoa.
Okay.
That's the Kadira, man.
That's the Shred, and that's the Kadita, and that is Estes once again for the side. Oh my Venus. Blacklist banning away the Lunox makes sense right now. And RRQ, I feel like this is a good draft against Blacklist as well.
Yep, again, expect that Aegis on Oh My Venus to pop within the first 30 seconds. Because again, RRQ has to be super aggressive. And then from there, we'll see how much the gears have turned for Coach Bonchan and if they can change their fate, because RRQ Hoshi are riding on momentum.
I've seen that Blacklist can struggle against 2 pick-off dive heroes, but now with potentially 3 heroes, right, that can be used to engage the fight, is that going to be even more dangerous for Blacklist, or is it just too much from RRQ and they end up lacking something else in their composition?
Arashi, Bakmas Nimta, listen, it's actually 4, right? You count the Kaja too.
You're right.
So Kaja, Ling, Yudong, and Kadira. So Blacklist, when it comes to engagement, they're in trouble.
Yep, everybody can die, but ladies and gentlemen, on to the Land of Dawn we go.
Game 5 here in this best of 5 in the upper bracket. We'll throw it over to our Bahasa counterparts. But for y'all watching all over the world, welcome. This is RRQ Hoshi versus Blacklist International, the last game in this, to be honest, Grand Finals worthy series.
And off the bat, you already see adjustments being made. Blacklist understands the danger, and they have 2 Purifies on their main carries on top of the Aegis. Already a very good solution. Will that be enough, though, knowing that there are 4 sources of crowd control from RRQ?
Another thing that I was like, Hibin may have taken a lot of damage, but here comes Clay at the same time. Not enough damage from the side of RRQ to kind of shut down the push. Blacklist International once again, oh my goodness, popping the Aegis way too early.
Now, talking about stats, right? Barats is the highest win rate with 100% in 5 games. So Blacklist has this major stat riding off of this game.
I mean, it's a very strong hero in the right.
Okay, last one. DJ Waffle Stump. Thank you for the 200 pesos donation. Don't pee on my shoes.
Waves very fast with this composition. So I think Blacklist is onto something right here. It's on the shoulders of RRQ to try and surprise them yet again. But at this point, you have to wonder, have they done too much already?
Edward dashing all the way out just into safety right here. Albert will get scouted out by Oh My Venus right here. 30 seconds on the clock. It's a race to level 4.
Down bottom, you see that Wise has given Skylar a little visit, helping out Oheb. And again, this is an Avarice Claude. So every bit of basic attacks that Claude can get on anybody, actually, will help Oheb propel straight into that first 2 core items.
Well, we're still in the early game and we can talk about the picks. We have to note that Clay can play a lot of aggressive heroes, but he is more well known for playing the mages. You have to wonder if that becomes a factor as the turtle is spawning, and it looks like the play is being initiated by RRQ, but Blacklist ain't so far behind, trying to contest the control.
Contesting the control is the name of the game right here, but Clay does have the level 4 as well. It's gonna be suppressed. One getting denied by the ultimate. Wise will also lose the tunnel for now. It's going to be R7 ringing around. We're also looking for the pick up of the Blacklist International. At the same time, Wise will be the first to fall. It's going to be in. It's going to be just waiting for Edward. Edward definitely trying to run away. Haji doesn't have the better airstrike. Can only use it now.
Oh, that was just off timing for Blacklist. All of the tools that RRQ needed just fell on their lap, and they capitalized on a good situation, turned it great. Took the turtle, took some kills along the way.
That was a bold move by Blacklist International, trying to contest such an early fight against such a dangerous composition coming in from RRQ.
Now, looking at the bottom lane, the island of the gold laners, at least in that disaster of an engagement for Blacklist, Oheb, you can still rely on him. You can still at least expect for him to do something, right? But when is that going to happen? How can you expect him to do that without the assistance of Haji, without the assistance of Oh My Venus? Because, again, with Albert skyrocketing into the lead this early, 3 minutes in, even Oheb, I feel like might not be too safe.
This is the dangerous part for Blacklist right now. All three lanes essentially are in favor of RRQ. They have more lane control, lane pressure, but Venus getting jumped on.
Better airstrike going in at the same time, being looking a bit low. Oheb will be the one that finished the job. It's going to be one kill given over to the side of Blacklist. Oh my goodness, right here, just healing up Haji, and they're back to fighting shape again.
The road to recovery starts now. What do the items look like here for Blacklist?
Blacklist, Oheb landing down the damage, but would not be able to be enough, but that could be the precursor, and here comes the actual main damage, and here comes the main party. The flicker will be used, but Skyway will be able to get on without. But Blacklist, they're wasting a lot of time in the bottom lane.
Gotta be maximum range, right? Tactical repositioning plus the flicker. That's gotta go on TikTok someday.
That was smooth coming in from Skylar. He just slides out of that very dangerous situation. But right now, you can see that Clay is struggling, man. He wants to get these pickups, but
This
with
might
the
be it.
Purifies, it's just a bit too difficult. They need to time this. They have to count the cooldown and ensure that they go in for the right target once the Purifies are down.
This feather airstrike's a little bit too early, right, guys?
Yeah, suspect. And it's going to allow RRQ Hoshi to time it up. But this might be because they see that Albert is still going for his purple. And this allows Wise to do the same for his orange, and then they reset. So far, this is good because Blacklist, they didn't expect RRQ Hoshi to pull so far. Low turtle resets.
So resets, but look at the Blade of Despair being built by Skylar on that Beatrix. That's going to be a lot of 1v1 kill potential, but Haji has a Clock of Destiny already scaling towards that mid-game. And look at that.
Here comes the Divine Judgment. Wise will not be able to retrieve the turtle. Another turtle given over to the side of RRQ once again. It is R7 going in a ridiculous dragon form, and that's the problem that Blacklist International couldn't solve.
Just as quickly, I could have sworn the Barats would have survived, but no.
Oh no.
They have lethal intent. Oh, it was in trouble.
BMI already pulled out. Vin doesn't really have the Divine Judgment for now. That could be a side relief, but Clay doesn't have the ultimate, so that is still A-OK. But this time around, they may have actually obviously extended just a little bit too much. The better airstrike zoning out the members of RRQ as well. Blacklist International, the big problem right now is that Kaja ultimate.
It's just so difficult. There's a lot of sources of crowd control, and they can deal with that with the Purify. But if R7 or Albert just jumps on you, that's damage, not crowd control. You have to worry about.
Wesker shot, Skylar walks away with 1 dot.
Ooh, that's again, it's just unfortunate for Blacklist that their attempts at picking off, at countering the aggression of RRQ has not been paying off. And I don't know if it's bad luck or you can call it a good skill coming in, because RRQ are doing very well avoiding these tough situations, even though they do not have the defensive battle spell.
At the world stage, there's no room for luck, all right? Maybe a little, but it's more of because RRQ Hoshi are feeling it. They won game 4, they have momentum on their side, and they have a relatively significant
shot going in. Oh my goodness, just right in time. The ambulance right now is all about Vin, whether he can catch the right targets.
Oof. Man, Din Hunter Sword has been competed for Oheb. He has a steel leg plates as well, so for now, he has some measure of defense against the physical damage, but that's only until Albert scales and gets his hands on him. At that point, the escape is going to be very difficult, and the fact that Skylar is on that Beatrix means that RRQ can slowly but surely siege down these turrets.
How safely and how just cleanly RRQ Hoshi pressured that bottom lane, and that's permanent damage. Oheb now can't farm us safely down there, and all the more, this opens up this last turtle for RRQ Hoshi. It's 100% turtles for the King of Kings.
Problem is, Vin does have the ultimate as well. Wise needs to step on. He needs to try to eat that ultimate. There you go, Vin. Once again, Wise, Vin does not shy, but Wise will be able to heal up just in time. He's trying to look for the victor, but Retribution Blacklist International take away the turtle, and this could be the turnaround for Blacklist.
R7 barely gets away with his life, but who'd have thought that Blacklist would have taken that turtle?
Yeah.
The mechanics, at least now, Wise is more confident that, hey, after a DJ, I'm okay.
Yeah, the biggest problem right here is that Blacklist International, hold on a second, slowing going on. Nothing's gonna happen for now, but let me continue my point. Wise needs to eat the ultimate of Vin. No one else on the side of Blacklist could do anything at all.
I think earlier, Wise was actually dragged by the Divine Judgment.
Yes,
but
correct.
unfortunately, the Breath of the Ocean from Clay does not land. And now, with Wise having the Radiant Armor, he is going to be a bit tanky until Clay has a bit more penetration to nuke him down. Might be the mid-game that Blacklist is looking for.
Yep, 8 minutes in, they shrank that gold lead, approaching 3 now, it's just barely 1. Oheb jumps in.
Blazing Duet doesn't really stick. But there you go, Blacklist International managed to clear out the topside wave. What is going on around the map? It is the Fed Airstrike going in. The West Coast shot will not be able to connect. It's a little bit too far. Blacklist International takes up topside.
That's clean zoning from Haji right here, knowing that he has a lot of damage in his arsenal. The Lightning Truncheon is not complete just yet, but even then, that needs to be respected by Skylar. He has the Wind of Nature at this point. But, you know, there's still that magic damage threat coming in from Oh My Venus and Haji. That is the main thing he has to be aware of in these big fights.
And now, again, with the past minute or so being all about regaining real estate for Blacks International, they can find better engages. This 1,000 gold lead for RRQ Hoshi, yes, it's significant, yes, it means something, but Blacklist can put up a better fight because, again, of the aforementioned pull!
I don't know whether this is a good idea coming up from Finn, but it's going to be Wise. Getting knocked out the door, but he's getting healed by Oh My Venus, and then all of a sudden RRQ, that's lost their roam. R7 a little bit too low, Clay coming in, trying to put some damage, but Blacklist International, pick one person.
They threw no caution to the wind, and it resulted in Vin being taken down. Blacklist obliges, making a beeline straight for the Lord, and watch that green dot. Dennis Welcome still online.
They waste no time at all, man. RRQ, they might try and contest here, but might be too difficult. Unfortunately, Blacklist will be able to secure that Lord, and RRQ, they just overestimate their damage, despite Wise just building full tank. They need to understand at what point is their damage adequate to try and pick off especially the bigger members, especially with Oh My Venus on the sides.
I feel like Blacklist call right here. Wise is the carrot. Vin hooks the carrot, but this carrot is a little bit too big for RRQ's mouth, and they got hurt. Their jaw dislocated, and this is exactly what happened. It worked for the first 2 times, but the 4th time, it doesn't work anymore.
Looking at the items here, 10 minutes in, Arashi, talk to us.
Exactly, I mean, right now, the Blade Armor has been completed for Wise as well. He is getting tankier and tankier, and so far, if you look at the items from RRQ, penetration is not in sight just yet. This might be a mistake, but here we go. Blacklist just sieging, taking away structures with the help of the Lord.
Zoning away. That's the name of the game from the side of Blacklist International. But hold on a second, it's a 1v1. Petrify going in for the side of Albert. Albert will be duking it off. The time of the blade going in. It's gonna be a fight. And it is a turret. It is a trade.
And all that time that Agent Zero bought for Blacklist, RRQ Hoshi are now reeling. They're looking at a map that's red, wondering where it all went wrong, because Blacklist now has a 1K gold lead.
Oh no, Vin flicking forward, but he misses. And now here comes the bad punishment coming up from Blacklist International. Better Airstrike will be able to zone RRQ away. Blacklist International stabilized for now.
Oh, they're going to steal this purple away from Albert, who hasn't even respawned yet. We're looking at a Lord in a minute and a half. Arashi, what's going on? What can we expect in the next minute and a half? Because this Lord, this next one is going to be significant.
We can expect RRQ to try and get a pickup yet again, but of course, Blacklist, they adapt. You cannot expect the same thing to work again and again. And right now, they have the solutions. A strong front line, they can tank most of the damage, sustain to back them up, and even if you want to go for the squishier members, like we mentioned, the Purify is there. So I think RRQ, they have to try and ration their crowd control. They cannot use it all at the same time, because if they do that, then it's easier for Blacklist to identify when they need to commit most of their resources. If they can spread it out a bit more, it's going to be a lot more difficult, and it goes back to that dirty, that messy fight that RRQ usually finds success in.
2 big questions, Leo. Has Haji and Noah used the Purify? Second question, why isn't Vin catching Oh My Venus?
I feel like, again, he was trying to do that with the flicker. Unfortunately, he was just barely out of range. Maybe the pressure is getting to him, you never know. But Albert, once again, is going on a duel with Agent Zero. They traded 1-for-1 earlier, but man, it's still beneficial for Edward in this situation because Albert is level 15.
Arashi tried to answer it, but I was going to say, Jays, I don't have the answer. Blacklist does. At this point, they're in the driver's seat. They're camping here in this river bush, and I'm not sure if RRQ knows.
Man, RRQ does have the map control, brush control in fact, but it needs to be an ultimate coming up from R7. You need to sacrifice that. It's going to be Albert missing that purple buff once again. It's going to be a replay of game number 3.
Oh, this Ling is thirsty. This Ling is hungry. He needs that purple. He needs that perp.
It's unreal, man. Wise is able to steal so many resources, so many purples, but now this is the deciding moment. If RRQ can flank around, this might be the opportunity they're looking for, but otherwise, Blacklist has a chance to completely use this neutral objective and force RRQ into an unfavorable fight.
Oh my god.
Do they know? Do they know? All right, that's it. They revealed it. That's it. Yep, RRQ Hoshi. So they're just trying their best to get a reset here. But can they find it? Lord, less than half health. Oh, here comes Vin. Conceal.
Vin as well. It's going to be the Econ as well. Will not be able to connect. Play goes into Petrify, but it's going to be knock up coming up inside RRQ. The damage coming up. RRQ doesn't really click. It's going to be Albert. Not in the way. And Wise pick up Clay. And Albert still standing in the backside. But oh my goodness, walks on in. He reveals the assassin. Skylar comes in and Nibiru doesn't make anything at all. It's going to be oh my goodness desperately trying to heal Wise. But Blacklist International, they traded for Clay.
The MPL ID Grand Finals MVP fell, and for no reason at all.
It was free. And it's going to be the suppression on top of that one. The punishment. Albert coming in for the re-engage, but Albert trying to look for something over here, but the OM is creating so much trouble. And there's the wind of nature activated at the same time. Albert going in, trying to play with the blades, but he gets zoned out by the members of Blacklist International.
Oh, they baited out so much, but they instead traded out, and it's gonna cost them. But at least Blacklist walks away with the Lord Skylar. Skylar had lethal and malicious intentions, but Blacklist says no. 2K ahead, Luminous Lord on their side. What does this mean for RRQ Hoshi?
It means that they're stuck on the defensive and they cannot go for those big flanks. I was about to say that Blacklist are just so patient. They play that fight so slow, and RRQ just weren't able to adjust. But afterwards, RRQ were able to actually get something in exchange for that Lord. That's a small victory, but as we mentioned, having the Lord on top of a very solid front-to-back composition means that now you can force RRQ to go to locations that you want them to be, instead of RRQ being elusive, hiding in the bushes, surprising them with side flanks.
Yeah, now it's come to the point wherein even bush control isn't as important because you still have to think about those purifies. Now, Chase, Haji has his off of cooldown. Venus has an Aegis. Oheb is waiting about 15 seconds from here. So this Lord push might actually be lethal. They could take an inhibitor, or better yet, they might even threaten a finish.
RRQ does have 2 Petrifies left. It's all about RRQ, how they play this out. And Better Ezra will be able to zoning out. That's the Lord defended by RRQ. Blacklist International focus on the mid lane instead. Nibiru's passion, wave clearing, that's all what RRQ can do for now. Locked in base.
Luckily, Clay has solid wave clear. And again, you're still looking at Skylar, despite the nerfs on Beatrix in the recent patch, they're doing okay. Arashi, what does the items look like? Oh, because Agent Zero.
Oh my goodness, Vin
out.
misses the flicker ultimate, allows Edward to slip on the way.
And it's very unfortunate at this point in time. That flicker is a very valuable tool, and Blacklist know that, tries to go for a big play. And the other problem here is Albert, but he's alone right now.
He's alone right here, Edward. Oh, Albert needs to get on the way. There's a big dinosaur coming for your body as well, but it's going to be Blacklist International. Manages zone out the members from the side of RRQ. Bottom lane is already gone.
Luckily, his body was ready. Baby Alien knows exactly what's going on, and he did not have to fall. I believe it's come to the point wherein RRQ knows they're playing with fire, knows that they have bombs in their fists and they're waiting to land that big haymaker. Question is, how do they find that angle?
It's such a difficult situation because Blacklist have all their attention focused onto Vin, and it seems like RRQ, they're only relying on Vin to be the first initiate, whereas they actually have a lot of other tools they can use. They can go with Clay on the Kadira, they can go with R7 with a big flank and Petrify, but they're just not exploring that option, and it's making them seem just a bit too one-dimensional. And against a team like Blacklist, that just means that you are going to be so I don't know, readable, so obvious, and you can see that several times here, Vin has flickered twice and has not landed a pickoff.
Something tells me that's more a matter of conservation. The fact that Clay and R7 aren't being used as much to try to get a kill and get vision is because they're saving them, right? They're saving them, but so far, oh, not like this. This is a defensive Black Dragon form.
Defensive Black Dragon form. Haji activated the airstrike already right off early. The Blacklist International know that Albert's all the way up top. Edward has full vision right here, but Blacklist International slowly collapsing once again. A purple buff gets denied away by Blacklist International.
Oh no, the baby alien's not gonna get his num-nums. This is a hard engage. This is tough. When you're playing a Ling this way, I mean, I've heard this from stories. I don't play Ling myself, but when it's like this and your opponents are just denying you your buff, oh, it's miserable.
Yep, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Blacklist International setting up for this Lord dance. It's about who has Lord Pit control.
Seems it for now, it's going to be Blacklist, and they're bursting down the Lord really fast. Vin makes a play!
Vin doesn't connect onto anything right now. Oh, I'm going into blazing the way. It's going to be, oh my goodness, healing members of Blacklist International all the way to the top 4. Oh, will be punishing Vin.
A Lord that's evolved plus Vin. The M-Series All-Timer has been overloaded. Yes, he had momentum. Yes, he got MVP Game 4. But not against a lineup like this. Not against Blacklist, who has figured out exactly what's going on.
RRQ need to adapt, man. They have to try and do things differently. Blacklist has a read on how they want to operate. And now with 15 seconds left on Vin, the Lord is coming in. And high ground favors Blacklist International. Feather airstrike has been used.
This is a very tough feather airstrike to defend while Elgin forced to use the Temple of the Blades just to get on there. Here comes the Bandit Rage to try to clear off the members of the side of Blacklist International. Even orbiting the Navy expansion as well. The Lord will get chonged down, but Blacklist International, they do a lot of damage. They crack open the mid lane. That's permanent damage.
That is a main artery taken away from RRQ Hoshi. Albert will not be able to explore the map as freely as he once has in this 19-minute bout. Now top lane inhibitor is going to be next up on the docket.
Here we go. Oh, have petrified, but you're going to get purified. The counter battle spell. Here we go. R7 all the way at the back line, trying to look for, but oh my goodness, desperately trying to heal. But look at where Albert's going. He's looking for the angle, but will not be able to commit. Blacklist International, they stay a long time.
There you go. If R7 can go in like that, you can see the cooldown on the Purifiers for Haji and Oheb are nearly identical because they have to use it at the same time. They are trying to group together for the blessings of the Moon Goddess, and that is something that RRQ can take advantage of, but they need to just plan it out really, really well, and without that vision, without the control, it's just so difficult right now. And Albert has full inventory slots at this point, so he won't be scaling any longer. At this point, it's all about how fast Blacklist can catch up to the 5k gold, can use that 5k gold lead, because RRQ, soon, both teams are going to be full inventory slots.
Yep, we're about a minute away from this Lord. And again, this is a Lord that scales every minute from now on, 20. Plus, the fact that we are looking at TikTok timers. When someone falls, best believe that is lethal. If a member of yours gets picked off, again, like Vin from the past 15, 18 minutes of this game, then no one comes back from that. So RRQ Hoshi has to be extra careful.
Concealed play, no flicker committed by Vin, that's good. But this is where RRQ has realized that R7 needs to face check every single rush. The best part about Oh My Venus on this Estes, right? Your second skill allow for that vision, right? So that you don't really need to commit. You saw it already being used in I think it was the second or first Lord Dance, right? And it's really come to really good success.
Now, we're about 15 seconds away from this Lord. You see Blacks International playing for purple buff domination. Bombs away from Skylar, and this could be Albert's last chance. Oh, he's so hungry. He wants it. Can he get it?
The question is, but looking how RRQ members come out, the Petrify coming up from Edward will be there, but purple buff will still be successfully secured by
Oheb, I think.
Oheb.
Yeah, as long as it's not on Albert, Blacklist is happy. No num-nums for the baby alien. It's so hard to play Ling this way. I can't stress that enough.
Yep.
And now Haji has a Holy Crystal. That's a lot of damage. One bolt from the Feather Airstrike is able to chunk Skylar down to lower than half HP, but look at that snipe coming in. Unfortunately, with an Estes in the composition, Blacklist will be having no issues at all, but look at him play!
Oh, that is the suppression. The Vin needs to try to play, but the trucker going in. Here comes the Blazing Duet. No fear for the Vengeance as well, as BMI will be allowing OM to time out. Albert will be able to pick up Haji for the time being. It's now up to the Dragon to pull down the damage to punish Blacklist International. Albert will be able to get out with a single down mix of health. Right now, Blacklist International have been the building. OM needs to run away. A scrappy boy from RRQ. RRQ, but Blacklist International will be the one that got punished.
3 for 3, Clay and Skylar versus Oheb and Edward. This is as scrappy as it gets. RRQ Hoshi pulls out one from deep within. The Sangraja still in this battle.
It looks so good for them, and then it looks awful, and then it looks so good again, and at the end of everything, it's a 3-4-3 equal trade. But of course, let's take a look at that instant replay by TikTok. Look at that. Initially, the Purifies has been used, and this is the opportunity. Look at Skylar just free hitting in the back. Unfortunately, he's unable to secure that kill. And Albert, he was stuck on the wall here, trying to just kite away from damage, and Edward is able to cut him down. And now Blacklist once again are the ones pressuring for this Lord. They have mobility advantage.
Right now, the Lord dance, ladies and gentlemen. This is exactly what Blacklist is really good at. Right, RQ right now, they have to try to figure this out. Clay get chunked down all the way, go to HP, and now Blacklist all of a sudden they do have the Lord. It is all up to how RRQ plays with it. Albert is that lane, could be able to fly all the way to the Lord pit very quickly, but I think RRQ that lost the topside turret for now. It's going to be a rush, a mad rush to the Lord. Albert on the wall right here. They need to try to do something to tribute. Albert took down the Lord.
The baby alien secures it for RRQ Hoshi, but at the cost of Vin. Now it's a 4v5. Blacks International marching down mid lane.
It is going to be a replay of the previous game, number 3, once again. Even though RRQ was able to take down the Lord right now, it's going to be Blacklist International. They do have a lot of control. They do have a lot of damage, but they don't know welcoming R7 right into the tum-tum of the Rats, and now he will be punished. It is nice right now. He's got to get out of there. Oh my goodness, healing the members from the side of Blacklist International. 3v5 happening in the side of RRQ.
The relentless one has the favor turned
They need to do
on
it.
him.
They need to do it.
Take him down.
They need to do something as Blacklist International. They stay in the upper brackets.
Tennis indoor Sinayan can't believe it. Neither could we. But Blacklist International send the Sangraja down into the lower bracket.
A somber day in Tennis Indoor Sanayan. The audience is definitely disappointed. But of course, there is a victor and there is a loser in these tournaments. And unfortunately for RRQ, today, Blacklist International is the better team. Congratulations for moving on to the upper bracket.
The N3 World Champions feel it. The agents in the stadium are the same. And boy, if you watch the last 5 minutes, you saw exactly how well RRQ Hoshi found their window. And even that Lord take by Baby Alien, by Albert, that was immaculate, but
oh man, look at Venus's face. Look at Venus's face going. Oh man, you know, she knew it was so close. Did you see Venus's face? When the relief on Blacklist's face. Still though, great job for man. The faces of the winners, Blacklist. So nice. Man, so RRQ is going to be facing Falcon on the lower brackets. It's going to be Falcon versus RRQ. Whoever loses that match is going to get eliminated. Because once you get eliminated from the lower brackets, that's it. You're going to go home. Yo guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for viewing. Man, it's almost 11 p.m. By the way, shout out to Liquid. Sorry for the late shout out to Kimberly, Rose, Balete, and Balete family. Thank you for the donation and support. So there you go, guys. Insane match by the Blacklist. Great job by RRQ Hoshi for showing us an intense, great game. That match beats the previous Echo versus Team Hack game, which was also intense. But this one is just on a way different level. Di ako nakatulog. Ano, Dizon, Bon, Smile, Grump Ball. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Kimberly, thank you for the 25 pesos. Kimberly, thank you for the support and donation, guys. Whew. Nice. Congratulations to Blacklist and pulling out, right? Not choking. other teams will have already crumbled on those fights. They would have already crumbled and choked. Not Blacklist though. Not Blacklist. Roxanne, who? Yeah, perhaps. Still though, good job, great job by the RRQ. Remember, RRQ Hoshi, RRQ Indonesia is still not out of the picture. If they beat, good night, Kimberly. Nevi here, thank you. Good night, Elgin, gonna sleep now. Okay, Kimberly, good night. Nev here, thank you for the 25 pesos, Nev here. Ooh, Bon, again, Bon, thank you for the 25 pesos. Bunny. So tomorrow is gonna be the Valley. Another exciting match is gonna be the Valley versus RRQ Akira. Yo, Satyajit Kumar, thank you for the 20 bucks. Smile, thank you. Thank you for the 25 pesos, guys. Thank you for the donations. LJ, yeah. Watching from Turkey. Ooh, thank you for watching, LJ Ray. We almost have the same name, Elgin Ray. Let's go, M5. So that's it. We will get ready for tomorrow because tomorrow is another intense match. It's gonna be the Valley versus RRQ Akira, and then Echo versus Onyx. Okay, guys. See you. Thank you for watching. We will be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Shout out Elgin Jr., Mara Aquino, Miguel. Yeah, we will just have to simp tomorrow because it's too late, man. It's bad to simp late night. Yeah, guys. Bye. Thank you for watching. Outro. Let's have an outro. Again, guys, thank you for the guys who donated on the stream. Thank you for the support. So, let's just do the outro and we're gonna exit. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching. There you go. So what can you say about that match? Share it in the comment section. That's all for this video. Stay safe and thank you for watching. Bye. See you tomorrow, okay? 3 p.m. Good night, Hera, William, King Ina, King Ina. I'm a cat. Daniel, Jean Lorraine.